Hello everybody, I am Chippy. Welcome back to the OC World Cup. We have our last match of the day today. I am Chippy, here casting with Bay. How are you doing today, Bay?
Hey Chippy, I'm doing alright, man. Oh man, I'm super hyped for this match. I mean, this is my country, right? I've got to try and support the boys while being as unbiased as possible as they're going head-to-head with Canada in this semi-finals match.
Which is my country's hat, so not quite nearly as much as my country as UK is to you, but they are pretty close, and I've had a really good bracket so far.
You've had a really good bracket. Oh, in terms of predictions, or?
Oh, no. I'm saying Canada's had a really good bracket in terms of upsets. I mean, we saw them go through. I mean, we see the bracket right here, taking the upset over Russia 6-3, then going into upset Australia, actually one of the top seeded teams, 6-5 in the tournament.
Yeah, Canada have definitely pulled through. Azer and the boys coming in strong. And now they're up against their biggest challenge yet in the UK.
Yeah, and they're up against them in one of the further rounds, which I strongly believe is going to be their shortfall, as UK is has a lot of very good late game players, whereas Canada has like a couple of them, but for the most part, Canada's main strengths are on like earlier map pools and kind of focusing on that kind of stuff, hidden, hard rock, stuff like that.
Yeah, such a great point about the difficulty increase. This map pool compared to previous weeks has really spiked in difficulty. And even in the quarterfinals, the performance of Canada as a team overall, if you added up the total amount of score they could have achieved, there's a spreadsheet that's going around on Reddit, which is really great for stats, so I definitely recommend checking it out. I pulled together the relevant ones here. Canada achieved 63.49% of the total team score they could for that map pool. Mm-hmm. And the UK, in contrast, pulled together 75.46%.
Oh, that's rather
10% difference, which is actually really significant. And you mentioned that, I mean, the UK has so many great single mod players. Like you have Moe Yandere for double time, you have James Light for no mod, like really technical no mod maps. Zorox is excellent at hard rock. And you look over at Canada, and there's no one who stands out with those mods maybe as clearly as they do for the UK.
That definitely makes sense. We have a lot of players. I mean, UK this year are pretty favored to make it into grand finals from what we've been seeing in the bracket so far. I mean, they are favored to take this over Canada and face the USA in winners finals. We'll see if it happens, but yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of UK players are very known for their mods. Doomsday, known for its crazy consistency, as are a lot of the other players in the UK team, as we've been seeing in the past weeks. I mean, they 6-0'd Brazil, so you don't 6-0 a team without knowing what you're doing to a pretty high degree.
Yeah, I would say that Brazil maybe didn't turn up as much as they could have in that match, but they've definitely proven to, they're as strong as everyone thinks they are. They maybe had a bit of a tussle against the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's the thing. They had a rough time versus Britain, but I mean, you guys saw they did end up beating Korea, which in my opinion is a little bit of an upset. Korea's a pretty good team, and seeing them not make it as far as they usually do in a lot of World Cups is pretty surprising.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it was unfortunate that match earlier. And I mean, this is the last match of the weekend, right? Like after this, we're going to know who our remaining 6 teams are. I mean, this World Cup's gone so fast, man. Like, where's it gone?
I don't know, dude. Time passes by really, really quickly. And it's really cool to see that we're going to be seeing our top 5 teams. Well, not top 5, but basically like both teams kind of get 5th when you think about it because they get out of the same place. But because 5th, 7th, and 4 teams get 9th, so. But yeah, as you said, we are going to be seeing our 6 remaining teams in the World Cup, and there's not a single team that doesn't look terrifying to face.
Yeah, we're against some real big contenders now. I mean, on paper, when you look at these teams, Canada, the only high seed remaining, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure where Japan was seeded. Japan have had a really solid World Cup.
Japan, in the past, have had not the greatest World Cup, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're not seeded super high.
They were a high seed as well, so actually, yeah, Japan and Canada will be the 2 remaining high seed teams as of the end of this weekend. And both of them actually coming from the winners bracket as well.
Yeah, exactly. Both of the high seeds actually getting to winners semis of their bracket. Japan looking to face Dutchland this weekend because they did lose to the USA. They did take the first point off of USA since knockout stages, which is really surprising.
Yeah, USA looking super dominant. I think the winner of this match obviously goes on to face them in the winners final. And that is going to be a huge clash. I mean, the challenge at the moment is just to even get close to beating the USA. They just seemed unstoppable. The loser of this match will drop down to the losers bracket, so we won't be saying goodbye to them. They will be going up against Russia, which have proven to come through as a really great late game team. Their consistency on these harder map pools has been really, really scary. And going into next week's map pool is going to be no exception, as after this we will be obviously revealing the map pool for the finals weekend. Chippy and I will be guiding you through that. And we've had a sneak peek. It's looking quite interesting. There's some really tough maps coming up.
They definitely ramped up the difficulty. It's going to be a really exciting pool. I think you guys will like it a lot. But yeah, as you mentioned, the loser of this match is going to face Russia, which the loser is favored to beat Canada, which beat Russia in the past. However, like you said, Russia is very, very good at these consistency on the harder maps, and Canada, as I mentioned earlier, very struggling on having a lot of late game players. I mean, you see Ryuke, you see Azer, very seasoned tournament player. But besides that, we haven't seen like any noticeable like late game play from Canada. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but it's just there's no past experience, you know?
No, I definitely agree. The other two players that might be able to step up for Canada, I would say, is Vinxus and Stoof.
Really?
Other than that, the rest of the roster, I would say, is relatively new, especially to World Cups. Obviously, Squaffle coming over, used to live in the UK for a very long time, now moved over to Canada, makes it onto the Canadian roster. So I've got a bit of love for Squaffle because he is an ex-UK player. But all these players I haven't really seen too much throughout the community tournaments this year, and I hope that they can step up and help Canada achieve their success.
I agree with you with other late game players that you mentioned. Stoof, definitely. I've been seeing Eddie do super well in this tournament recently. I actually hadn't heard of Eddie before, so I was curious to see how he would do coming into this tournament, and so far he's performed pretty well for the Canadian roster on the picks that he goes in for.
Yeah, I think that the big thing for Canada is actually that all these players that you may not have expected to, perform. Like you mentioned, Eddie is a player who's performed excellently over the rounds, consistently being the top 3 on the Canadian stat sheet. So really good to see all these players step up to the occasion. As for this match, one thing we do have to mention, we have a few issues downloading warm-up maps, so while you might see a lot of chat happening on your screen, that we can't unfortunately show the warm-ups. Hopefully this will be something we'll be able to resolve in the future.
But we have a week to do it, so worst comes to worst, you guys don't see 2 warm-ups, and it'll be ready next week. I doubt it's that big of an issue.
It's just tournament clients sometimes can be a little bit temperamental.
But hey, that means it gives us more time to talk about the actual match, not the picks that aren't going to put points on the board. So, I mean, what do you think the outcome of this match is going to be, Bae? I mean, I know you said you were definitely favored over UK. You yourself, personally, I assume want UK to win, considering you are from there. But what do you think like the final score is going to be?
So yeah, I'm obviously 100% British, if you cannot tell from my wonderful, boring accent. But in my heart, the UK lads have got this. Like, this is the kind of matchup where they start becoming really, really strong. You see players like James Light and Moyando really step up into these later map pools. But even on my head, I still think the UK are definitely the favourites to win this on paper, and I have them down as 7-3 for victory.
I actually had the same thing on my spreadsheet, but I didn't realize how rough this map pool was and how much potential there is to take like more than like a couple points. I mean, we saw Japan versus USA. USA was looking really dominant with the 4-way FCs and stuff like that, and Japan still was able to take 2 points from them. So I had 7-3 as well. I still think the UK is going to win. I would love to see the Cinderella story of Canada continue in the winner's bracket. I mean, who's to say it won't continue in the loser's bracket? But I would love to see it happen. However, I think that UK is going to win. I said 7-3 in my spreadsheet, but I'll say 7-4, potentially 7-5, but I'll stick with 7-4.
Can't change your mind from your spreadsheet. That's not allowed.
No, I know. So either I'm right in commentary or I'm right on my spreadsheet.
Can't be right twice. You gotta pick one. Which one is it?
7-4.
7-4. All right. Well, both of us expecting UK to win. I mean, I'd love to see a tiebreaker. I don't think we've seen one this weekend. In fact, the matches yesterday were all relatively close, but today's been a bit of a landslide, really. We've seen really dominant performances from the teams that have progressed through. Maybe this will be the changing point. We haven't seen Team Grimoire be played, and it's such a great hype song. I would love to see it. Speaking about maps in the pool, though, where do you think the bans are going to be targeted for this match?
I know Canada, very comfortable on their hidden hard rocks. Considering this is a late game pool, I would assume that they're gonna kind of pick around Azer and Ryuke primarily. Maybe more Ryuke than Azer. I know he's been performing really, really well in tournaments as of recent, especially World Cup. He's been performing really well. So they will probably be picking around that for the most part. In terms of technical picks, I feel like technical picks actually aren't the greatest idea for them. A lot would think technical picks are really good because, you know, Azer is very good at technical maps, and it's most of what he is known for in terms of his plays. So you would think that one of the best players on the team being the best at maps that not really many people are good at would be a good idea. But since it's so late game, I feel like UK is more favored to take those technical maps, especially since Azer, I would say, would be the top scorer of Canada's roster for it.
Well, I think a big thing on that is that the technical maps in this pool, you have Boss Rush. I guess you could put Daisuke down as technical because it's the technical streams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rocket, Yukiai Yokusho, the other hidden map.
Yukio is, in my opinion, the most technical map in this pool.
It's highly mechanical. I think technical might be the wrong word, but the mechanics, like the aim mechanics for that, is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And then other than that, that's really it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I think that hidden technical is where Azer shines for sure. I mean, the number of double S Camellia plays that guy has is absolutely insane.
Oh, exactly. But I feel like UK just has too much of a roster to do, like, all right on it. Not all right, but just, like, good enough to, like, pass the rest of Canada's roster to the point where Azer's, like, really, really good score on it. If he got it, would not be enough, you know?
Yeah, like you said, the UK has a lot of great players. Bubbleman and Spare will be probably the main two players for the UK. As the tournament gets into the later stages, these guys are consistently excellent at every mod, every kind of map. And they are definitely a key to the UK's roster. And alongside that, as I've mentioned earlier, they have lots of technical specialists. Carthy, really great at screen maps and just general consistency. Hidden Hard Rock's a lot of the free mod stuff. James like super at no mod. Sorox is super at Hard Rock. OP James, amazing hidden player, probably one of the best in the world, I would go ahead and say that, honestly. The guy's reading on hidden is absolutely phenomenal, and Moe underrated, a speed demon.
He's super underrated at hidden.
So it's really scary to pick into the UK because they can always field at least 3 players that are good at a map.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I agree with you there. And as we reach these like semifinals to finals, you see teams like that arise so frequently. It's scary. Though we see it a lot less than you think you would see it in semifinals this year. Teams have been getting extremely better. As a result, more and more upsets are happening. So a lot of our demon teams are actually in the losers bracket. I would say the only 2 demon teams really left in winners bracket are USA and UK. And for those just coming into the broadcast, we are unfortunately unable to load the warm-ups right now. So that's why we're talking for such a long time. That's why they're talking in chat and then not talking all of a sudden. It's a little bug. We're sorry about it, but this is the last match of the day, so it's the last time it's going to happen, and we'll get right into the casting of the actual match after that. That's why we're just kind of talking ballpark stuff about how the match is going to go.
And it's a real shame because the UK warm-up they just picked is Up the Bottom No Babies, which is such a great map.
Oh my goodness.
So we're currently in that at the moment. Canada's warm-up has already been played, and then as soon as this one concludes, we'll get straight into the match.
Yeah, going on to bans, I definitely think it's smart of them to ban a double time versus UK. I think UK is heavily favored in double time against Canada. That's almost a given. But I almost feel to the point like Canada's just kind of got to take it, you know? They've got to pick their poison in terms of double time. It's like I feel like UK is just going to take them on at least one DT pick. So they got to ban the one they do the worst on. I could also see them banning like maybe one of the no mods or the free mods. Just as you mentioned earlier, you have so much mod diversity on the side of UK. You have Carthy, who's very comfortable running Hidden Hard Rock, like you mentioned earlier, on free mods. So they've got to ban like the worst of evils when it comes to free mod. I would say if you're gonna ban a free mod against UK, I'd ban Speed of Link.
Really? Oh, I was thinking Forest Piero, old map, AR8, and CS 6.5. That I feel like the UK would do very well on.
I think they would do well, but I feel like in terms of like, you've got to think about it in terms of like probability of a team winning. UK could do well, but also Canada has very, very good players who are good at reading that kind of stuff. Canada is very proficient at reading that kind of style of mapping from what I've seen. It's the type of map where you have to play it a lot in order to, I guess, get a payoff from it. And Canada very, very serious about their practices from what I've seen. I think they're capable of having a chance of taking it. I definitely, like you said, I think UK is favored to take that map. But in terms of speed of link, I just feel like Ryuke would do well on it. Aether might do well on it. I'm assuming he would have to tap X. I think Stoof would do well on it. But I don't think it would be well enough to take on the UK roster. I feel like they're very, very strong at those kind of streamy maps. You have a lot of players who have good mod diversity, but you also have a lot of players who are really good at streams. I mean, we have Bubble Man, we have just so many. It's hard to even list them because of how many players there are, but so many proficient streaming or players that are good at streams.
Yeah, and we did see Carthy take number 2 on the map with Hidden Hard Rock just this week in practicing. So you can expect him to have a good go at it. I mean, everything is different, right? Playing solo and playing in a tournament is such a different experience in terms of your mental attitude toward the play. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't disagree. It wouldn't be a bad ban. I just think whenever you see a Titan like the UK play a team like Canada, which isn't one of the teams you would think going into the World Cup would be, putting this much pressure on these big guys, you would just be like, oh, every pick's UK favored. And it's like, not to count Canada out at all. A lot of these maps, like you mentioned, the AR8s and these technical reading maps can come down to a coin flip despite being favored. And we've seen that a lot this weekend with AR8 maps going the way of the other team just because they have like 1 or 2 really good combos which really boost their team score.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely say like Ukiyo-e is, in my opinion, UK's best shot at hidden. In terms of bans for UK, I would either ban one of the hidden or hard rock for obvious reasons. It's Canada's main strengths. If you look at their roster, if you look at what they picked in the past weeks, you would see a lot of hidden and you'd see a lot of hard rock. I actually think Ukiyo-e pretty decent for the UK team. I mean, we saw it yesterday, Japan versus US. All it really takes is like 2 players to turn up in order for that map to be won. I mean, we saw USA perform phenomenally in terms of accuracy on it, but then the Japanese roster came in with 2 full combos and it completely offset everything.
Yeah, definitely the map if you have a super good run and you can carry your team. I think as another thing was as the pools get harder, carrying your team becomes a lot easier. You get the one really good combo and everyone else is having a rough time, you get 1,000,000 points. And you maybe offset 3 players on the other team. It can be that serious. But it looks like warm-ups are over, Chippy, which means we can get into the match. Once again, if you've just tuned in, we unfortunately couldn't load the warm-ups on the tournament client, so we had to skip over them. But that's not the why we're here. This is the main action. This is the match, and it is UK versus Canada.
And we'll see how wrong we are in the bans really quick.
Looks like Canada won the roll, which means the UK will ban first, and Canada will pick first. One extra thing to mention, talking about the free mods, the UK actually hasn't lost a free mod map this entire tournament. They are 7-0 in free mod picks.
Alright, well, can we ban the whole free mod pool really quick? I think that's I think that's a fair, I guess, holdback for UK. Just
on the flip side, right, to make Canada sound better, they haven't lost a tiebreaker, so they have that on their belt.
That's true. They are pretty good at their tiebreakers. They come in clutch. I mean, even when I casted in 2015, they went clutch both in their tiebreaker versus Taiwan.
Yeah, that was a really great match.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy how much time flies. I mean, there's been 2 other OC World Cups between that. It feels so weird to me that we've seen so much content in terms of World Cups, and it goes by so dang quick.
Yeah, we're already 2 weekends away after this one from crowning a champion.
I'm really excited to see who wins this. I mean, USA looks very, very favored and is very dominant, but UK looks very poised to give them a good running. Canada has quite the Cinderella story under their belt. Japan has been, I guess, super underrated until this tournament. There's a lot of teams in the final 6 that are capable of taking it, which is really cool to see. But they have to take down US. They have to. UK or Canada is anyone's last hope of not having to beat the USA twice, which is very hard to do. Unless you're Poland, who is no longer here. So it's like...
Rip Poland.
Rip Poland. But we are going to be seeing the bans. UK is going to be banning Nomad 1 and Azer, the Canada. Okay, I just said Azer because he's the one who said the ban. My apologies.
It is Azer and the boys. Don't feel too bad about it. Everyone knows that Azer is so great.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? But yeah, Boss Rush for the UK will be banned. Not a map we even talked about for the UK's radar, but obviously maybe not feeling too comfortable on the technical slider map. And then you did get it right. DT3, True Theory of Inheritance, banned away by Canada, so not wanting to take them on with speed.
Yeah, they've got to. That's what I'm saying. Is they have to pick the worst poison there is for them. And I think that map in particular very much favors UK because it's very like. How do I explain it? Not bursty, but like the aim is very dynamic. And I think UK is favored on that. You have older players like Doomsday, stuff like that, who are very capable of doing well on that kind of stuff. So it's like, I definitely agree with that being their biggest demon in terms of double times. I definitely think the UK is still gonna pick a double time and win on a double time. It's kind of a given, in my opinion. If I was a
Canada's performed quite well on double time this tournament so far. I was actually expecting Canada to maybe to try and go for it, but obviously if the pools get harder, I mean that double time they banned 273 BPM. That's some fast stuff.
See that preaches to the precedent there of the map pools are getting harder, and Canada did do well in DT in the past, but it's more consistency related DTs when you look at the past picks. They're very FC based, very reliant on holding your accuracy, which Canada is very good at. Holding your accuracy is very, very vital to actually keeping your cool when it comes to full comboing a map. So Canada really good at that, have performed really well on it, and as you mentioned, they have done well on DT picks, don't get me wrong, and they definitely do have some sort of chance at taking it versus the UK, but if I had to like put a percent on it of UK winning, I would say it's like 80-20 to win a double time pick.
Yeah, well, we'll see how they do. Guys, the reason we're not seeing the screen is we had to have a quick client restart as we're having some issues. Hopefully we will be back soon. We will not miss any of the action though. Hopefully we won't have jumped into the match without us being able to see what's going on, because the first map I believe was picked by Canada, and it was Neko's Samurai, unless I've been mistaken.
Yeah, it was. There was Nomad 3, which was that.
The top diff, Neko Matamasters, Neko Samurai.
But hey,
a map that plays like an alternation style map because loads of rhythm changes. But an interesting pick from Canada is coming out of the gate.
Well, hey, while we're waiting from the technical issues, I think we're back in it, but we have a little bit of time. Why not mention banners? We have banners for OSU World Cup. They are purchasable in the store if you do want to support one of the final remaining 6 teams in the tournament. This is the time to do so. You can buy it in the OSU store for $2.50, and if you pick the winning team, you do get your bracket, or you do get your banner on your profile for a time pretty decently after OSU World Cup. I'd say you get it for like usually around a month, like after OSU World Cup ends, to kind of show that you picked the winning team. I know I personally have a USA banner because, you know, USA. But it's very cool to support the teams, and it goes towards the OSU World Cup, so your money is going to a good cause. It's supporting these players for, you know, putting all of their efforts on the line. So if you want to do that, definitely go ahead and do that. But we are probably going to be getting into this first pick right now. Walter going to be typing MP start 10, so we are 10 seconds away from going into this pick. Bay, what do you think is going to happen on this first pick for Canada?
I think this is a nice relaxing first pick to start with. The first 40 or so seconds are a bit more calm, a bit like ease yourself into the map. Hopefully it will calm a lot of nerves that all the players will be feeling. And well, we see the big boy lineups coming up from both countries for the first map of this match. I think this can really go either way, and it's going to come down to consistency. As your first match, you know, your adrenaline is pumping, the nerves are at their highest point.
And this is literally the roster you mentioned for Canada when it came to late game. Stoof, Azer, Vinxis for UK. All 4 players are the ones that you mentioned are there for late game in Canada, and here they are performing on this first map pick. Pretty standard start.
Yeah, map definitely builds towards the finale. You would hope not to see any early misses here.
And it's such a short pick, but Doomsday going to be finding a break. A quarter of the way through the map is going to give early lead to Canada, though it is rather early, so an early break on a semifinals map pool is not usually fatal in most cases. We saw yesterday. Oh my goodness, and just as I say that, Vinx is going to be breaking, and Ryuke, but Bubbleman and Doomsday going to be offsetting that there. Carthy going to be finding a miss, unfortunately. OP James, only FC left on the side of UK. Stoop and A's are going to be full comboing on the side of Canada. Going to be hitting those 1-8 streams super well, might I add.
And OP James is now dropped, so there's no full combos for the United Kingdom. And as you mentioned, short map, we're already over halfway. At full combo on Azer and Stu, already going to be offsetting that score, and the Canadians are going to pull ahead.
Vinx is going to be finding another miss, but breaks halfway for the UK roster is going to be not good, but the breaks from Azer and Stoop are going to be slider breaking on the same slider. Can Bubbleman and Doomsday and OP James have the combo advantage to bring this back? 200k on the board.
It is coming back. Look at that bar at the bottom. It's creeping slowly left. There's a quarter of the map left. They can hold their combos for the UK.
Canada has to hold their combos for the rest of this map, otherwise UK is going to be able to steal this point away from a pick that seemed pretty good for Canada.
I don't think there's enough time. It's not going fast enough.
There's not enough map, the combos are only at 400, so there's not enough, but as they say that, the misses do change that. In last second, UK is going to do it by 30k points.
Oh, it was getting so close, and then Vinx's miss, and the bar just leapt towards the red.
The misses and accuracy drop from Vinx's are going to unfortunately make that go in UK's favor for Canada. UK going to be winning the first pick by 30k points. Vinx is very unfortunate breaks on his end, although it wasn't completely his fault. I mean, nobody on the side of either team got a mill, so don't blame it on one player, but very unfortunate that was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling the regret there as he instantly ducks out of the lobby. We do see 3 slider breaks, from 2 from Canada and 1 from the UK. So good performances generally across the board, but such a close first match. A really good sign of how this match is going to continue.
And we have a Trojan Horse coming in. Oh, Spare's gone. I was going to say, Spare's on the side of Canada. Trojan Horse coming in for UK.
They're just picking up, they're just swapping players. This is how it works now. You just trade players back and forth.
Yeah, Spare just goes on the Canada side for one map. He's like, oh, dang, my tablet's not working. It's crazy. I guess
There's also in Twitch chat, man. This guy's everywhere.
He really is.
Close chat, Spare. Stop stream sniping. Unbelievable scenes.
But yeah, UK is going to be picking free mod 1. As you mentioned, and as I mentioned, Speed of Link, I think their most favored free mod of the 3. But as you mentioned, UK has not lost a single free mod so far. They are up 7-0, like you mentioned earlier. And it's looking to be 8-0 with a pick like Speed of Link.
I don't expect to see much changes in this UK lineup. OP James may be coming into Hidden, Doomsday and Bubbleman might no mod, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of mods from the UK. Doomsday would probably opt to stick with no mod if he does like his high BPM stuff. Oh, okay, we do see OP James drop out for Spare. Actually, a pretty reasonable trade-off. On Canada, though, we have quite a few changes. See Aza and Vinx's drop out for Trev Rasher and Yuki-chan.
I can definitely see that. I guess I'm a little surprised that we are not seeing Eddie for a pick of this speed. Though, I mean, what do I know? But I'm not super surprised by Azer. It's a big hit or miss situation with him in stream maps because it's either he's able to stream it really well or he's tap-Xing it, which he does really well at sometimes, don't get me wrong, but tap-X is very, very terrifying, especially in tournament. Because when nerves are high and adrenaline is at such a climax, it's really hard to hold your aim, especially when you're tapping so dang fast on your tablet to hit the notes.
I mean, this sounds like you're playing this as an alternate map.
I mean, alternate very fast because it's streams.
Oh, this isn't streams, my dude. This is a single tap map through and through. And if you are alternating in your OSU gameplay, you're cheating. So please stop. Join the single tapping.
You're right.
Single tapping club.
All right. If I see a single key 2 in this whole entire map, you're banned.
Oh, Carthy. That was an odd start. A bit of a probably wasn't even ready from the looks of it. This is the entire start. Tanks a load of accuracy. And we don't see the mods I expected, but the only hard rock we're going to see is from Ryuke.
I can see that. Very reasonable. When you're a top player like this, it's very normal to see players run hard rock in the free mods to make the maps feel kind of harder. Because a lot of what they play is very comfortable, difficult stuff. So, I mean, it gives them extra score and it makes them more comfortable on the map, so... Plus, they need a mod to cover the 2-mod rule anyways.
You would expect that with Hidden, though, just to keep it safe, but I would have expected a bit more from the UK, and Carthy having a lot of inconsistency with Hidden, missing twice already. Did see a couple of drops from Trev Rasher, though, to try and balance it out. And currently the UK have the lead just on accuracy alone.
And right now they're doing that. I mean, 50k lead right now. Only break really on the board are Trevor Asher and Carthy. Carthy going to be giving slight combo advantage to UK, but it's not big enough to the point where Canada can't come back from an accuracy change at the end of the map. I mean, the bar is on UK's side, filling up as much as Spare's name shows, but it is only a short gap. But Trevor Asher missing again is going to make that bigger, because now there's a 500 combo advantage on the side of UK.
We're going to speed up to 280. Yeah, we're going up to 280 BPM now. This is where the misses are likely to come in. Spare drops that double S. There's one left for the UK, though. Never mind.
Spare missing is going to be pretty big for UK, though. Going to balance that out. UK going to be doing pretty fine right now. 60k gap. Not a lot of map left.
And the break from UK really important because of that hard rock multiplier. Doomsday Bowman going strong, taking on Spoof and Yuki-chan.
Yeah, 100k gap. Yuki-chan breaking is going to solidify it right there. There's not enough map to make this up. Stoof cannot pull that much weight on his back. Unfortunate breaks from the side of Canada. But this point is going to be going to UK rather convincingly so, as you see this bar fill up half of their screens. 3.4 mil to 2.9 mil, 500k gap right there for the UK roster. Going to be making it 2-0, winning on their own pick. And now
100 from Bubbleman, man. That's a crazy performance. Doomsday gets the perfect as well. Stoof also gets a full combo for Canada, although it looks like he dropped either a ton of slider ends or slider broke.
Oh my goodness. Bubbleman is nasty at streams, dude. Streams and bursts.
What streams, Chippy? That's single time.
I consider them streams. They're 5. That's enough for me. That breaks my. Granted, it doesn't break their fingers because they're good. but
yeah, as we saw, dominant free mod performance from the UK puts them up to 8-0 in the tournament of free mod picks, and there's still 2 of them open. Really scary to be going up against.
That's gonna make it 8-0 for UK's free mod streak.
All right, it's you're Canada now. You've lost the first 2 maps. It backfired on your first pick. Where do you go now?
I mean, you've got to go for like the pick that you know you're gonna win. You have to shift this. At this moment, you have to shift your momentum back, because momentum plays such a big part in mentality, and winning the first pick very much helps that, especially if it's your pick, because if you lose that, then you're facing UK on their pick for their second point. It's terrifying because you don't want them to get that streak. You don't want them to keep turning up. If I were to pick something, oh goodness, potentially
it's so hard, right?
Potentially Daisuke. Hard Rock is a risk, but if I were to pick a Hard Rock, I would maybe say, I don't want to say K81. I feel like that's such a risk.
This is what I said earlier, though. UK is so dominant every mod and free mod that you're like, what do you pick? And you can see them taking a very long time to think about this, Canada. They really need to pick smart here.
Maybe Kanojo? I doubt it this early. And they are going to be picking hidden too. Ukiyo-e Yokocho is going to be being picked. And I actually did say this is pretty favored for the UK from what my opinion is.
I mean, it's technical in terms of mechanical, and it's hidden, which is up a lot of Canada's references. It's as good as it's going to get, I think. As much as I'm trying not to be biased, right? I just can't. Like, the UK is so strong.
That's the thing, is like, it's really not biased when you think about it. It's just not the truth, but like what's favored when you think about it. Because it's like, I'd say you are correct. Hidden is Canada's like strong suit by a mile. However, on that same regard, this is later into the map pool. This is one of the maps where if you full combo it, the play is actually nuts.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I can't stress it enough. The fact that we saw 3 full combos from US versus Japan, and 2 of them were from Japan, was crazy. This map is difficult. This map is, in my opinion, one of the most difficult in the pool to full combo. Like,
and it's only 5.7 stars, so do not believe that star rating. It is a trap. This map has some really nasty rhythm changes in the second half of it as well, and it features quite a lot of streams. It just kind of flows from start to finish. And you can see breaks everywhere, and I just expect to see breaks. This map is nuts.
Yeah, and this is such a risk pick from Canada, and, you know, you don't want to give UK this momentum. You don't want to give them 2 points of your own, and they're already going to be starting with 750k score, so they're probably going to win.
OP James cheating.
OP James actually hacking, but we're going to be back. Squapple going to be getting scared, as is Ryuke by that score gap, going to be breaking. Pretty early, though. Don't worry. Not really too much to worry about, though it could be nerfs, so.
Adjusting to hidden as well, and a map of this playstyle, it's not too bad to see early misses as long as you recover, which looks like they both have, but there goes Azer.
And there's only one FC on the board left from Yuki. However, Ryuke and Squapple are slightly behind, just simply by the fact of they have pretty early break combo, so. 4 FCs on the side of UK right now. Going into the stream section, I'm sure we'll see at least one miss from one of them. Yeah, and OP James is going to be the one to find it, unfortunately. Bubbleman, Doomsday, and Spare still holding strong. As I mentioned, a lot of UK players, older players, as they are able to play these BPM change, tricky patterns. And Yuki-chan going to be finding a miss as well. That's not good. That's no full combos left on the board on the side of Canada. 500 combo from UK and Squapple is going to give them a little bit of strength, but it's not going to be enough unless literally every UK player breaks in this hard section coming up right here.
Yeah, so far UK looking super dominant on this pick. And they were sparing Bubbleman, so never mind. We might have a match on here. Doomsday now the only full combo. Squapple does break though. Ryuke, the big combo for Canada here, just has to hold his nerves. OP James starting to regain his confidence as well. At the moment, it's still in the favor of the UK, and they need more breaks for Canada to come back.
And we have this last hard section coming up. This is probably the last hard section that you might see breaks on, and we see Ryuke unfortunately hits it. Doomsday holding strong, going to be a full combo still. Will we see him full combo the rest of the map? I don't know, but I think we're going to be seeing UK win this pick by 300k at least, because Doomsday's full combo is holding a lot of weight for this team right now, 1/3 of the score.
Doomsday's score alone is going to cancel out 2 of the Canadians, and well, Doomsday still got it, man. The UK's grandpa doing the work, actually got a full combo this map, which is insane.
Grandpa really Doomsday gonna be sitting the UK roster down by the fireplace for Christmas, and gonna be getting a full combo as a present right there. Really solid work from him, carrying a lot of weight for the UK roster. What a nice play from Doomsday. Very renowned tournament player, very old player.
Oh, UK have been 3-0 up 3 times in this elimination bracket. First time didn't go so well. The Netherlands managed to bring it back, so maybe it's Canada's time to shine. It's though, however, the UK's pick, and there's still 2 free mods. There's a hell of a lot open as well. I mean, they have so many options, the UK here now. I also expect the UK to go for Paraclete, the 210 BPM stream no mod we see at the top middle of our screen right now. They have a lot of really good stream consistency players on the UK, all able to get exceptionally good accuracies. On the other side of Canada, I'm not sure there's many. Oh yes, okay.
Ooh, another hidden pick. Ding. Being picked by the UK as well.
Not just a hidden pick though, Chippy. AR8 hidden. And very rhythmic to boot. We're going to see Doomsday definitely staying for this one. I'm pretty sure he's already on the leaderboard.
Oh my goodness. This map's a banger, or this song's a banger.
I don't understand a word of it, but it sounds good to my ears.
I don't. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, we don't understand most of these songs. Let's be honest with ourselves. This anime game.
Yeah, no weebs out, please. No weebs in chat.
Yeah, no weebs allowed. Also, no alt players allowed, apparently, according to Bay as well.
Yeah, alt players are cheating and should be removed from the game. Thank you for this message. BPM. Yeah, it's literally cheating, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I can't wait until laser when you can use 4 keys. 1/4 the BPM. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. It's going to be really hard to put into competitive play, though, when you think about it. I think the most that could really be put in is 3 keys, and even that's going to be rhythmically challenging, because doing streams with 3 fingers will be
a lot easier, right?
No, I don't think so.
You just kind of roll your fingers, just like you're doing on my desk.
Yeah, but you're doing 1/4 rhythms with 3 fingers. It's an inconsistency in when you're tapping with which fingers for which beat, which can throw you off in terms of accuracy, you know? It definitely is easier.
I'm pretty sure it would be, but we'll never know. And I actually kind of hope it doesn't come to laser. I hope they just keep the 2 keys, because that's what OG's been, for the entire time it's been a game.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, not always. It did used to be that you couldn't use the keyboard, and then someone suggested it on the forum. So I remember that was on Reddit at some point recently.
Oh goodness! Thank goodness I'm not that old of a player.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. But we're going to go into Seed Ding. One thing I want to mention is Sora Roxas for the UK. This guy's a hard rock main, but he also has an excellent AR8 hidden, and we're going to see him represent the UK here. Canada going to see a very similar lineup with Aza popping back in.
And UK going to be finding the first break on the side of Canada, and finding another one shortly after that's not going to be good. Full combos on the side of UK is looking really good in this hidden pick right now.
The UK would have 100% practiced. I mean, actually, if you're planning to play this for your country, you would 100% practice this. But the first break for OP James and RYUK mirroring in the same section, which is super important in terms of combo. Look at RYUK.
It's going to give 40k lead. Yeah, Vinx's breaking, though, is going to be even worse.
RYUK having a real tough time on this AR8 pick. And UK putting ahead 100,000 already.
Oh, and this is looking really good for the UK roster on this map. But OP James breaking again is going to give Canada a little bit of space, but not enough, as we see 3 full combos on the board, or a little less than halfway through the map.
Yeah, and Aza going down as well. 3 down for Canada. There goes Sora Roxas. So it's 2 against 1 now. Yuki-chan, the only surviving Canadian, going up against Doomsday, the master of old maps, though. Yeah, Vinx's fails. Bowman finally breaks, so it's Doomsday versus Yuki.
Oh, huge accuracy chokes on the side of Canada are going to be lowering their points even more. RYUK just unable to pull it together right now. 89% AC, 100k score. Very unfortunate on their end, but Doomsday really pulling it together right now.
You expect Doomsday to perform on these old AR8 maps. This is his bread and butter. I say old, this was ranked in September 2018, so not actually that old, but given the AR8, it's a very
it feels very old.
But hugely rhythmic, and Yuki is doing everything he can right now to keep this score narrow enough that if Doomsday breaks, he might be able to pull the Canadians to victory.
Yeah, if you were to ask anyone when this map was ranked, they'd probably be like, I don't know. The mapping style is very, very older based, but obviously approach rate, stuff like that, shows that it's not really older. But
only a tiny bit of map left. UK 300,000 points in the lead. I'm not even sure now it's enough. RYUK's AC is really bringing Canada down. Look at his score, 200,000.
Oh yeah, I know he has the combo, but he doesn't have the accuracy, and that's 300k of your mill for this score v2. Accuracy's so huge. Well, not really
30%.
huge, but
30% is a lot compared to score v1. That's a massive amount.
Oh yeah, for sure. And seeing that break, we're gonna see him capping out at a little less than 300k, and UK winning by 400k.
Yeah, full combos from Doomsday and Yuki-chan, though. Really good stuff from them, but Yuki actually getting the perfect as well. So Yuki-chan, I would almost go ahead and say better performance than Doomsday, hitting 6 more slider ends. Doomsday, I mean, you look at the score, yeah, Doomsday on paper has done better, but, you know,
accuracy?
It's not really a full combo. It is, but it's not.
I consider it better because of the accuracy. Especially on an older style map with accuracy, that's very accuracy based because ARA. I consider
Chippy, the one thing we can conclude is that they're both insane players. I mean, how the hell do you
for sure. And UK would have rolled them on that pick if it wasn't for UK's play. It wouldn't have been 300k, it would have been like 600, 700k, which would be pretty significant. But yeah, I think is this a song?
Yeah, it's my favorite one. This is the da-da-da-da-da-da song. This is actually the intro to Darude Sandstorm. Oh no, it's just the intro to Dig, but repeated a million times. All right, Canada's pick. Yeah, you thought they picked this as well.
I definitely did say this is their most favorite hard rock. I think, however, on the side of UK, this has a lot of, it's kind of like slower, I don't want to say slower speed of lane, because I feel like that's in a sense wrong.
Oh no, Chippy, this one is actually streams. You can't say that this time.
Only single tapping allowed here.
Yes, K8107 is what I would call a stream consistency hard rock map, because it kind of flows a lot. There's a lot of streams jumping into streams. We've seen a lot of players have good success on this map this weekend, but it's usually the accuracy where it comes down to players performing excellently. There's nothing really to aim about here though. The aim stream like distances and between the notes, the stream spacing is the word I'm looking for. It's pretty consistent from start to finish. There's one nasty rhythm chain section in 2/3 in, where there's a 1/3 triple pattern, I think, which can really catch you off, but We've seen a few breaks on it this weekend. Will we see it here? Will it determine the outcome of this match? Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, and right now, if you're Canada, you've got to be nervous. They've won in 2 of your picks. You're in a situation where you're on your third. If they do mess this up here, they only have 1 pick potentially left if UK wins on their own. It's like you're in such a rut if you're Canada right now in this situation. And we might both be wrong, to be completely honest with the scores. Like, things are looking really good for the UK right now. Every single break that Canada's finding, or that UK's finding, Canada is mirroring with one of their own. So it's a similar situation to what you see in a lot of matches where there are flaws on the UK's roster. There are chinks in the armor for their Achilles heel, but those are equally shown by Canada.
Gonna see Squapple pop in for Canada. His first appearance in this match. I think the same. Oh no, we saw Stoof in the first map, so actually, yeah, nothing new for Stoof. I think they were talking about bringing Eddie in, and I actually would quite like to see Eddie play this map, but it looks like he's not going to be dragged in.
Weird.
We're going to go into map 5 then, K8107. UK looking to go 5-0 in this match.
5-1-5-0. And I'm definitely going to say, while this is Canada's best hard rock pick, in my opinion, also on the side of UK, there's a lot of really good stream players, and as you mentioned, this is actually a stream map, so I think we'll be seeing a solid play from Carthy, though, I mean, he did just break early. However, this isn't really much of the map. As you see, his score is still ahead of Doomsday, who has a full combo right now, just simply because of accuracy.
Yeah, you'll see Aza drop a lot of early accuracy as well. The slow sections with Hard Rock are really easy to drop. We expect to see them to make it up here, but it's going to come down to who misses, and it's going to be OP James and Aza.
Spare going to be breaking as well, going to give a slight lead to Canada here. Ryuke, Stoop, and Squabble all holding strong, but there goes Carthy again with a break. Only 1 full combo on the side of UK. 2 on the side of Canada, because Squabble's going to be breaking right before that spinner, but slight lead is going to go to Canada.
Yeah, once again, Grandpa Doomsday holding strong for the UK, but he's going up against Stoof and Ryuke. And we're already halfway into this map. This is not a long pick.
And yeah, Canada's showing up really well here. 2 full combos, 200 combo from Azer, but Doomsday breaking, and an easy part is going to be really bad for the side of UK, but in spare as well. OP James shortly after. The UK roster in shambles right now, but Canada holding strong with 2 full combos and Azer on a 300, looking to take this pick. 400k gap between the teams. Is there enough to map to come back? I don't think so. I think we have a game, Bay.
We definitely do. Canada looks like they're going to be striking their first blood in this match. And a really solid pick from them. The UK showing all sorts of inconsistency.
Squapple gonna be breaking, but it doesn't matter. Spare and Doomsday breaking as well with that. Stoop gonna be dropping his full combo, as is for UK, but Azer's 500 combo in general is gonna keep them up as long as they don't fail, which none of them are going to. Canada's gonna put a point on the board here, making this 4-1 by 700,000 points. A very convincing victory.
And exactly what Canada needed to start getting their motivation and momentum back. It's not going to be a clean sweep. We're not going to be seeing that here. But Canada is showing fighting signs just exactly when they needed it.
Very surprising the amount of breaks we saw on this map. Especially, I mean, granted it's USA, but we saw the Quad FC from USA. So very surprising to see every single player missing on this map. Very uncharacteristic miss from Doomsday. Not quite sure, why he missed on that slower section. Maybe he just wasn't really paying the utmost attention, or maybe it was just an unfortunate miss where he thought he hit it. But, I mean, that's literally every miss. You think you hit it, I would hope. I hope no one intentionally misses. But Canada going to be putting a point on the board here for their roster, on their own pick, though. So we are going to be handing it over to UK for their third pick. Hopefully going to be trying to shut this momentum that Canada suddenly gained from that 700k gap down.
Yeah, it's only one map for now. If the Canada start to win 2 or 3 in a row, I'd be slightly more worried for the momentum swing. The UK haven't lost a pick yet. If they lose this pick, though, it could make a big difference. But Fremont are open. Paraclete's there as well. I don't see them opting for something like Cincha on the aim consistency no mod map. Oh, but they're going to keep it spicy. We're going to see Daisuke.
Ooh. I think this is pretty decent for Canada. I mean, we saw an alt pick earlier in the tournament. However, I think Daisuke favors Canada a bit as well. So if there's a map for Canada to gain the momentum on that UK is gonna pick, I think this is probably the one. I don't think any of the other UK picks are as favored for Canada as this one. And it's also a banger, I'd like to mention.
Definitely a banger. You're definitely right there. Yeah, would I say this is Canadian favoured? Not really. I think the UK has a lot of these great technical aim stream players who Bubbleman, Spare, Doomsday all have insanely good at aim on streams. Azer I definitely expect to pop off on this, along with RUK. I think these are the kind of maps that are kind of coin flips. I mean, none of these players will perform as consistently on this as like you expect someone like Toy did. I mean, Toy in that UK match was disgusting. 1/100 I think he got on this, which is absolutely ridiculous. So this is a bit of a coin flip. I think the UK like these kind of older style tricky maps. And it's really going to come down to who can hold their nerves on those streams.
And yeah, I 100% agree with you. This is quite the coin flip, which is why I say, I'm not saying that it's necessarily favored for Canada. I think it's rather even for the point that you mentioned earlier that UK has a lot of really, I guess, technical aim players. I think that this is like, if UK were of UK's picks that they're favored to win on, this is the one that Canada has the most of a chance to upset them with. We are going to be going into it right here. The background is going to be showing the start of the beautiful dance that is Daisuke.
May not be the top difficulty, but it definitely is a sour please.
It still plays the song, that's all that matters.
Alright, we're going to ease into it. We'll very quickly go into these high aim streams. Low CS as well for this map. CS 5.5. And early breaks from Canada. Stoof and RUK before the stream even begins. Yuki-chan going to be the next to go. Doomsday's already broken as well. Spare's going to drop for the UK. Bowman, James Light, Azer all get through.
Yeah, they do get through that first section, but Doomsday going to be breaking shortly after Spare does. 2 full combos on the side of UK and 1 on the side of Canada, but RUK and Stoof's combo gonna be giving a slight combo advantage to Canada from what I believe. Other than that, our math is just kind of hard, but...
we see a huge accuracy drop on Yuki-chan, and that's why that scorebar isn't moving towards Canada. Cut stream, UK gonna break again.
Ooh, that's not good for the side of Canada. UK gonna be having a 100k lead here. And are we going to be seeing a break before the Daisuke part is the question. CS5 very easy to break in the technical section.
Yeah, just when you think the map's looking easy, Azer break, that's huge for the UK, and they're going to start for ahead.
UK messing up his accuracy super hard as is Yuki-chan's Duke can be finding a miss, and it's looking like shambles for Canada right now. 500k, 600k gap right now. Breaks from James Lake and Bubbleman are going to lessen the gap a little bit, but no combos on the side of Canada.
And that's the important bit. With no combos to combat this sudden drop of the UK full combos, UK are going to continue to extend that lead. More breaks from the UK. Accuracy fully on the left side of your screen as well. This is just such a dominant pick for the UK, and while we thought it was a coin flip, this has been far from that. UK just looking so much stronger.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just eating my words here because UK is looking super poised on this map pick. Spare and Spare with a great full combo right now.
Oh, Jose fails! Does it matter?
Oh, like failing. Not mattering though, because like you said, UK.
Oh, Out got really close though. James Light drops about 500,000 points, I think. But they'd done enough, just the 3 of them, to take on the 4 Canadians, and they win by 338,000. Could have been really close.
Wow. Yeah, that could have been very close. Unfortunate chokes on the side of RUK. And Yuki are going to be making that a 3v4able situation. Which does happen. I would like to mention it happens. Sometimes you don't perform super well. I'm sure they're very nervous in this situation. They're in semifinals. They're a team that doesn't usually make it to semifinals in the winner's bracket. So
But they definitely earned their place here, you know? By no means do they not deserve to be here. But UK are, on this harder map pool, showing their late game scaling ability. And a big question I got to ask, man, where's Eddie?
I don't know, dude. Hard Rock 1 is going to be being picked, though. We'll see if Canada can take another Hard Rock point off of the board from UK.
Time for some consistency. Time for some Full Moon. And some K-pop, which I think 50% of the chat will be happy with.
30? That's a very odd list.
I'm a fan. I don't know about you.
Oh,
I'm a fan of Dreamcatcher. Not so much K-pop as a genre, but
you don't like K-pop in general? K-pop's so good.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it which is a bit hit or miss. But I really like Dreamcatcher. They give a good boundary between K-pop and I don't even know what else you say would be the rest of music as a whole.
Yeah,
but it will be Full Moon.
It's a hit or miss for you, but I guess they never miss for me. And I'm really excited.
Don't do this to me. Please.
Oh goodness, but yeah, I agree. Dreamcatcher is very hype in terms of music.
The song is as consistent as the map. There's a couple of jump difficulty spikes with triangle jumps. Overall though, just all around, a bit of streaming, a bit of jumping, a bit of Natsu. What more can you really say?
That's literally it.
That's all this map has. 3 elements: jumps, streams, and Natsu.
Yeah, that's Natsu in a nutshell right there.
Yeah. You want to label a map much?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately we still aren't seeing Eddie and not quite sure why. But we are going to be seeing K-pop. That is a definite.
Gonna see Sorux as hard rock player in for the UK. Still no Eddie for Canada. Trev Rasher going to be jumping in.
And yeah, if you're Canada right now, you're going to be extremely nervous. I mean, as we've seen from the side of UK especially, just seems unable to control his nerves right now. It's very uncharacteristic of him to play at the level he's playing right now, which, to be completely honest, isn't that great.
Well, maybe picking consistency then to try and rebuild their confidence. This easy intro, we wouldn't expect to see many breaks on. Generally, the difficulty of the map will spike towards the end, in a true PP farm fashion.
I feel like consistency picks can negatively affect shortcomings in terms of inability to get a kind of grasp on your momentum. But spare breaking is going to give a slight lead to Canada. But it's like consistency picks are so long and there's so many like easier patterns than the other pools that if you miss on it, it can get to you so easily if you're not in the right mental state.
Yeah, most definitely, and hopefully that won't knock Spare's confidence. First break for the UK. Long map though, still a long way to go and a lot of the harder jumps to come. So we see the first patterns and Spare.
Stoop gonna be equaling out Spare's miss. However, Spare did miss earlier, so still slight lead going to the Canadian roster regardless of accuracy.
Which is pretty even across the board.
Yeah, it is very even. 296 is on the side of Canada, going to give it slightly to the UK as we're seeing the score gap not quite as big as it would be if it was just for misses and SSs. But definitely practically even right now.
The score lead only so close because the 3 UK players with full combos have the highest accuracies in the lobby. Other than Stoof, who is...
And this jump pattern could catch someone off guard, but it's not going to. Ooh, the accuracy of Azer, though, is going to mess up the score for them a little bit. And the Stoop break and Ryuke break are going to put it in UK's favor right now. UK holding strong on the second chorus, finding no breaks so far for 3 of their players on the roster.
They're definitely regaining that consistency, and now time to pull ahead. We're going to see breaks from Sorux and Spare.
That's 2 FCs to 2 FCs right now. Even combo across the board. 150k for Canada to make up. 1/3 of the map left. Can they do it? I'm not quite sure. They need a break from UK. Bubbleman or Carthy need to break. And both sides are going to see the score in that short little break. Understand the situation they're in. Understand what each team needs to do. And it's going to put nerves in the line for both sides.
I mean, if there's a player you want to be full comboing at this point, it's going to be Bubbleman and Azer. These two are core to their countries and core to the result of this match. The next set of triangles We'll find no misses.
Yep, all 4 full combos holding strong on the triangle section, as is everybody else, but the full combos are super pivotal on who gets this point here. But I think that's enough. I think there's no way that UK can give this to Canada. Maybe if both of them missed and failed or something. But Trev breaking and Azer breaking and Azer failing.
Oh.
It's going to solidify it, unfortunately, for the UK roster. Going to be being up 6-1 against Canada.
Stoof went down as well, but I don't know whether they just knew that the point was lost and I wouldn't say stop playing, but they accepted that they weren't winning this point. But perfect from Carthy. 1 slider end drop by Bubbleman. 2 really solid performances from the UK, and they are on match point. And they've got 5 chances to do it before we reach tiebreaker. A match that we hoped would be a lot closer is looking very one-sided.
And it's really funny to see rankings for World Cup. Because if you look at the 8 people that played for this pick, 7 of them are top 100. And then Trev Rasher's like 1,000 something, and he got like near full combo play.
We have a term for those, Chippy. They're called sandbaggers. That's what we call them.
No. They're totally not sandbagging. No, why would they ever?
I was going to call them digital hypnos, but I think that might be a bit controversial, don't you think?
I don't know, dude. At this point...
I love Hypno. I don't mean any bad by that. And he's a great player, obviously, for the USA roster. But they are in a set of players that keep their rank low, partly because they may not like the PP system. And
they just like playing the game, dude.
They just like playing the game. Play for fun, play on ranked maps.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I don't think calling it a digital hypnos is controversial whatsoever. I mean, I can't even scroll down to see his top plates with how many badges are on his profile.
He's definitely reaped the reward, that's for sure.
And Paraclete might be the last pick we see in this very streamy map. Very, I guess, favored for the UK roster as they picked it for that reason.
Yeah, one I definitely saw in the UK's arsenal, and they're going to use it now to try and clinch this match off. 210 BPM streams is the name of the game. Not so much focus on aim here, just more on sheer stamina. What else do you expect from Kreutz, man? Just nut streams all over.
Oh yeah, I know. Kreutz and his streams. Name a more perfect couple. You can't.
Mazarin and screaming. Not that kind of screaming.
I mean, it kind of is.
I don't think they go re, dude. Come on. Not sure about that one, Chippy. I don't know what Mazarin maps you've been playing.
If I can't understand the lyrics, it's a read of me. But yeah, it might be 7-1. Mirroring that of a very famous soccer match.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, last chance for Canada, potentially. This map is definitely, in my opinion at least, UK favoured. Lots of stream dominant players on there. We see Doomsday, Carthy, and Spare all really excellent, and their stream stamina.
Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna be it for the winners bracket of Canada for this pick. They need a miracle, straight up. They need a miracle to happen. It's 6-1. You can't lose a pick. UK has, if you win this pick, they have 2 more picks left, and you have 2 picks. So you have to get through 3 of UK's picks and 2 of your own, which UK have pretty handily gotten through a lot of their picks, as we've seen the score.
As we said, guys, the loser of this match is not out of the World Cup. They will just drop down to the losers bracket. Face up against the Russian team, who have also been proving to get stronger as time goes on. So, all on the line here for Canada. I mean, the victory puts you against the USA, which is arguably even more scary. But at least you won't, if you lose that match, you're not out.
And you place 3rd.
And you place 3rd. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
So yeah, winner of this is going to be a top 3 contender. And Trev Rasher getting an early break, making it look like the top 3 contender is going to be UK here, a 4th of the way through this map. But accuracy is going to be favoring the Canadian roster as I say that.
Another miss from Trev. This is so tense. Spare and Carthy drop. Booth mirrors.
Yeah, 2 full combos to 2 right now over. UK going to be holding strong in that section. Sora and Doomsday, though, going to be holding strong, and Squapple
drops. It's only 1 FC for Canada. 1 FC for Canada taking on the 2 from the UK. Sorox has excellent accuracy right now, 99.01. Ryukalo 99.5. Really good stuff from him in the first half of this map.
And yeah, right here it's just kind of free combo if you can do the streams, if you have the endurance for it. They don't really move around that much. And you're seeing the score gap just creep in the direction of UK as we get into this last half of the map. 200k right now, and it's looking...
Oh, I think... Oh no, Sora's still holding. Another break from Squapple. Break from Steve as well.
Doomsday's still holding. Ryuke holding, but combo going in favor of UK. I mean, we haven't seen any breaks, but Spare gonna be finding that one.
Not the important one though. Need Doomsday or Sora to drop now. That score is even more going to the UK. Quarter of the map left, and it's like it's coming home, guys.
It's coming home. I think the UK is going to be taking this. I don't think there's enough map, and with Stoop breaking there, I think that almost solidifies it. Canada just hasn't been able to hold combo advantage this whole map. Sora going to be breaking, but Doomsday is going to equalize for UK's full combo as well. Ryuke with great accuracy. However, UK by 400k is looking to take this 7-1. A very convincing victory, might I add.
Couple of late breaks from the UK. Doomsday's going to full combo this last stream. Please put finger up.
That'll do it. Wow. Crazy endurance to be able to do that.
Grandpa
Doomsday,
finishing in style.
Doomsday and Ryuke going to be full combing. Ryuke going to be full combing with 3 100s, might I add. So while they are out of the tournament, super impressive play from Ryuke. There's no other 99s on the board. Literally not a single one. Like, that's actually a crazy play.
Yeah, but really, it's not enough to keep Canada in this match, though.
Yeah, if you want to talk about crazy plays, UK winning that 7-1.
And they'll move into the winner bracket final to face up against the United States next weekend. Well, Canada not out yet. We'll drop down to play against Russia in that losers finals. Wow.
Good games to Canada, good games to UK. Very solid performance coming from the UK. Canada, it just seemed like their nerves and consistency just weren't in check, unfortunately.
I think as these pools get harder, your weaker players, I don't want to say they're weaker because everyone who makes it into these World Cup rosters are incredibly talented players, but the map pools just get really hard to be consistent on, and the inconsistency is a huge factor here. UK just more consistent on the day.
And speaking of consistency, we have 2 rematches in the losers bracket. 2 of them. Canada versus Russia. Japan versus Germany. Both teams who have faced each other. Both teams who the winners bracket teams actually upset the other one. But now we're later into the bracket. We're later into the tournament. The map pools are getting harder. What are we going to see?
I think, yeah, a huge point you mentioned. Rematch from the round of 16 where the map pool was easier, and when you flip that map pool difficulty, I think the other team looks way scarier. Russia, very intimidating on these higher technical picks, and Germany also with Dust Ice and Halawasher just completely going crazy. It's going to be some really scary opponents.
And I agree with you there. I guess we can spend this a little bit of time before the map pool showcase to kind of recap the matches we've seen so far for this weekend of OC World Cup gameplay.
So why not start from the top? On Saturday, we saw the losers bracket go head-to-head. We saw Hong Kong take on Taiwan, which finished 7-3 in the favor of Taiwan. Hong Kong, the unseeded team, making it all the way to semifinals weekend, but unfortunately getting knocked out. Then we moved on to Germany versus Australia. 2 of the highest seeded teams in the tournament going head-to-head, where Germany managed to come out 7-4, knocking the Australians out of the tournament. Next match after that, Brazil versus South Korea. A match that looked in paper to be stronger for South Korea based on their performances. Why am I being pinged, Chippy? What's going on?
Oh, they had to close down the... They said they had to close down the bracket, so I screen capped it for you just in case.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm taking it off the stat sheet, which if you don't know where that is, exclamation point stats. So yeah, South Korea versus Brazil. On paper, South Korea dominant, but Brazil managed to beat them 7-4, progress themselves into the next round. And then the final match on Saturday was Russia versus Norway, which was possibly the saddest end to a match, as a fail from Norway let Russia sneak that win away 7-4.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we see, as you mentioned earlier, these teams who got upset in the earlier rounds kind of bounce back. Germany and Russia being 2 of those teams who were very late game, kind of grabbing their footing as the map pools get harder, and we see them, as we mentioned earlier, in 2 rematch situations against Canada and Japan, respectively.
And then to recap today's matches, the first match of the day, very early in the hours of the morning for those on the UTC clock. USA took on Japan. And, well, I mean, today in general has been a match of one-sided. USA managed to defeat Japan 7-2 with a really impressive Daisuke performance from Toy for 1-100, which is just, I saw that and I was like, what, Toy? I know you're nuts, but this is just ridiculous.
It's Toy, dude. Yeah, I know.
It is Toy. Later on, we saw the Russians back again to take on Taiwan. In a match that was also very one-sided, the Russians showing their strength, coming out on top of that one 7-2. Moving into the next match we saw earlier, Germany took on the Brazilians in a repeat of what could have been another sports match, but Germany closing out 7-0. No memes allowed this time. And then, yeah, the match we just saw now, UK versus Canada. A one-sided victory to the UK with the Canadians missing probably one of their key players. Really sad to not see Eddie perform this weekend.
But it happens. Sometimes you're just unable to put in a player for whatever reason. Maybe they're not there. Maybe, I don't know, technical issues. I have no idea what happened, so I'm not going to commentate on what did. But with that, that's going to conclude the matches for the weekend. However, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going into this week's map pool showcase. So if you are interested in seeing what maps are going to be picked, please stick around. Me and Bay are going to be casting that for you guys. You probably have a couple minutes to grab some food, get a drink, whatever you want to do. But we're going to be going into it pretty shortly. So if you're going to get it, probably be quick is what I suggest.
Do you know what I would do in a couple of minutes, Chippy? I'd head on over to the Oz store and buy a banner for my favourite team. With 6 teams remaining now, you know, the banner is the perfect time to buy it. The odds of it staying on your profile if you select the winning team is really good. And for the low price of $2.50, it can be yours. And you've got 2 weeks to buy your favourite team's banner.
But Bay, I love OC, and I love my favorite team, but I don't know where to buy a banner. Where do I go?
Head on over to the Oz store. You can find the link to buy your profile banner. And what, Chippy, what happens if you've already bought a banner for your favourite team, and they're now out of the tournament?
You can buy another banner, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, you can, and it replaces the one you already had. So I'd do that now, because why not, right?
Why not? Support the OC World Cup.
Pippy needs your help.
Fake that you're right about who won the OC World Cup if your team is already out that you said would win with a banner. You can never be wrong if you pay $2.50 every time.
Literally a coffee, guys. What's not to lose? Alright, I think we're ready. Are you ready, Chippy? Because I'm not. This map pool is final team map pool.
I'm ready and I don't even know. Oh, dude. I'm ready and unready at the same time. Is unready even a word? I don't even think it's a word, dude. I think that's just the letters put together at that point.
Alright. Making final preparations. Finals map pool then, exactly the same format as the previous week. And other than some really sketchy looking overlay stuff, which I'm not sure what is going on, we've had our first map leak. So Chippy, why didn't you introduce us to No Mod 1?
Joji Platinum. I actually don't have a lot of experience with knowing this map personally, so I don't know if you want to talk about it. But I personally have not really seen this map, not much of this map, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, well, if you can't guess from the difficulty name, I think we're just taking a couple of seconds to get into it. But as mentioned, Joji Platinum, difficulty Chewy's Extra. So we are seeing an RT Yui map as our first normal map. And if you've played any of his maps, you know they are insanely technical, heavy on sliders and patterns. Lots of reading elements thrown in around it as well. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't done my homework fully or probably well enough, it might be the first love map we have of the World Cup.
I think that might be true.
We did it. We've done it, guys.
We did it.
The operator is doing his job successfully. Praise be upon the operator.
And there's Nathan on Osu.
Oh, Nathan on Osu? Who's that? I've never heard of this guy before.
Nathan, he's on Osu.
Wow, I love Nathan.
On Osu?
Suki Nathan?
Anyways. Oh, I remember this song. This is a song from Voice, huh? Okay, I remember this now. I know the song at least. Yeah, very technical in nature in most Ruruchi picks, as you're seeing right now from these fast-paced sliders, very curved, constantly linking into each other, followed by stream patterns that can be really difficult to aim if you're kind of not toggling off from that kind of slider-esque aim. that you're seeing our sample player hit right now.
Yeah, a map that's very potential for a really good player. If this is your kind of map, you can do very well on this, but hitting all these slider ends is going to be so hard.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the smoke car. We love it.
I can already see it on OC game.
Oh god, yeah. Nathan on OC posts Smoke Cat on screen. Wow.
Wow.
There you go, I got the title for you guys. I've already setting you up with that free karma. Yeah, such an aim-heavy map this, and for like 6.07 stars, actually a way like 2E maps, especially because of the slider ends to its star calculations, makes the map appear on paper a lot easier than it actually is. And another feature we're going to see, this is OD8. This is one of the lowest OD maps in the entire pool. That OD element really going to spike up this week as players will need really good accuracy to get those highest scores.
Very technical pick. I feel like he's gonna get 1,041 combo. Just strange feeling. Oh wow, and I perfectly.
He did it. He did the full
that?
combo. That's crazy.
There's no other way.
All right, one no more down into no more 2. And our next map up is Mitsuki Nakai Oka Enbu Petal. Another Lassa map. He's back again.
Here he comes.
But this time it's alternation. And a very high, a slider heavy map again, this one. Once again, played by the wonderful Nathan Onosu.
Of course, who but Nathan Onosu.
This map has a lot of technical rhythm patterns, lots of doubles and quads featured throughout, and these back and forth on themselves screen patterns. Lots of spacing, lots of aim element.
Extremely tricky patterns we're going to be seeing here. And if there is an alt map in the map pool, I would say this is it for the Nova.
Yeah, this map absolutely crazy. There's 8 full combos on the leaderboard for this right now. One of them being everyone's favorite Polish player, Wobblewolf, but his is with Hidden Hard Rock, which is absolutely bonkers. That's just insane, Wolf. You are nuts.
So there's no human beings who've done it with Hidden Hard Rock, then nothing. He's a robot. I'm just convinced of this.
Just a lizard in a human outfit, that's all it is.
Exactly. You know how good lizards are, those.
Oh yeah, have you seen Wobblewolf?
Very tricky alt map in nature, as you'll be seeing. A lot of alt maps very linear in their patterns. This has its slow sections actually building up to 16 combo. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've seen that in my life. But very, very slow in nature. But when you get into these alt patterns, you'll be seeing a lot of snappy aim requirements. Something I'd like to note that's very different from alt maps. You don't see a lot of longer sliders in this. The sliders are kind of short and sweet in nature. If they're longer, they're usually in the slow sections, so there's going to be no like kind of flaws in your aim when it comes to kind of focusing super hard on being able to keep your aim on all stuff. It's very easy to super hard focus on the notes themselves and kind of mess up on the sliders or slider break on the sliders because your aim is so snappy in general, and then you have a slider come in that's like very dynamic in nature. But yeah, for those wondering, this isn't even the grand finals map pool. This is not the last one. We still have more. This is not it.
One more next week, and I'm sure they're gonna make them even more spicy.
I'm hoping for a Rats tiebreaker, dude.
Oh god, please no. How about turn my swag on tiebreaker? Because the winner of that is literally turning the swag on, right?
Oh no, that's the showboat. That's the you have to play that after you win.
So hijack the lobby and put on turn my swag on.
Oh my goodness. I expect that as a warm up.
I think I know what the UK warm up will be if they reach grand finals. I've heard rumors and it's pretty good.
I don't want it leaked just yet, but yeah. I'm excited. I love warm-ups. They're so funny, dude. I hope we get them fixed for next week because some of the teams' warm-ups are pretty funny, to say the least. Some teams even make their own maps for a warm-up specifically.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of player maps actually this year. Mainly from, I know that Hong Kong had lots of Chaos Blitz maps, obviously. Chaos Blitz maps actually are pretty good.
Completely surprised in the several years that we've seen OC World Cup, no roster has made like a diss track against the other team and map.
That would be so BM.
It'd be so funny.
We're all friends here.
Just one, well no, like playful banter, you know?
Chippy, there's another map on.
Yeah, Enigma, it's a great map, very stream oriented. This is the top difficulty of the map, I'm pretty sure, so a lot of streams are going to be being shown here. We have SMH playing the play for us. Big thanks to him for getting this replay out for us.
Yeah, the piano has arrived, dude. And with piano becomes rhythm changes.
But yeah,
and oh god, there's so many 1/3s in this map, and we've seen a lot
of 1/3 sections, a lot of 1/6 sections, I believe that stream just was. There's a lot of BPM changes in this, and if you're not ready for them and you don't have the endurance for the streams, you are gonna crumble. It's even the velocity changes on how fast the stream moves can be fatal to some teams.
Yeah, there's definitely some fail potential here. We'll see at the end of the map. Fairly short though, under 2 minutes and 198 BPM, which is a definite slowdown comparatively we saw last week with the aim element on these streams. Look at this. And there's quite a long stream, couple of streams at the end of this map, so we might see fails on this, honestly, if players slip off them.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past them. The difficulty before this, the Toybot difficulty, actually has a rather difficult stream in it, where it kind of like shakes. I forget if there's anything similar, but it goes like back and forth. It's like, for those who have played Ascension to Heaven, it's like the stream at the end of that, kind of, in essence, but it evens out towards the end. But there's a lot of act drop potential on it. That's not that difficulty, this is this one, but I'm sure there is quite a difficult stream at the end of this one as well, as it's the more difficult difficulty.
I just love this background. So nice. Minimalistic color backgrounds, they are right up my alley.
Oh, I love it. And yeah, for those just tuning in, this is not the final map pool. There's still a grand finals map pool to go. This is just for finals. And yeah, that stream is...
You can so easily fall off of that. Actually, one thing we didn't mention about this map, which is super important to mention, it's CS5. Those are some small-ass circles.
Yeah, exactly. When nerves are high, when the scores are close, it'll be very easy to fail on that section. I would like to mention, especially because the song actually quiets down quite a bit, it can be rather difficult to hold your rhythm on streams if you're not kind of keeping track of... keeping like mental note of where you are in terms of the song. You could really desync your aim from your tapping really easily.
Definitely.
Because the map is so dang quiet.
3 down, 2 more nomos to go, and this is a song that I think a lot of people recognize. At least one that I picked up a lot when I was starting to play OS. And it's Haku Shigoto, the beat map by Atheon, difficulty distant memory. One of the higher maps in the map pool was 6.72 stars. Generally an overall consistency pick with some reading elements. And the stream spacing will change quite a lot.
Yeah, it's just pretty standard, as you said, consistency maps so far. Kind of 0108 as sliders with there, from what I saw there. With the slider into circle pattern, where it kind of makes a pattern in itself. I really like it.
Yeah, there's something about this song. Every map set that this has, it has quite a few ranked map sets. This one fairly new, ranked in November of 2018. It flows really nicely. As long as you listen to the music, the patterns are actually not too bad, but this one adds a real extra element of aim. In some of these longer streams, you see the spacing varying as we go through them. As we get into the latter half of the map, in the second third, there's a very big space stream, which I cannot wait to see players completely miss and fail on. As the map progresses though, the general difficulty will increase, and this is OD 9.2, so we're getting really difficult to accuracy.
Oh yeah, OD 9.2. On a no mod it isn't that fatal, but I mean compared to the other ODs we've seen in this pool, it's definitely on the higher end. Things to look out for in this map are stuff like that. The spaced 4-burst streams that you're going to be seeing before the break are going to be kind of testing players' ability to keep their concentration and ability to like focus their aim, because that's right before a break starts. So it's really easy to like kind of like let loose of your tension in your play and get a really easy break on that, just because, you know, it's hard. You're moving almost strictly vertically. If it was strictly vertically, it wouldn't be as hard, but like you move a little bit to the left and it's like, that can be fatal. if you're not completely ready for it. Other things to look out for this map are going to be the solo, as in every Kakushi Goto map. They are very brutal in nature.
And that solo is where we'll see that nasty space stream coming.
Uh-huh.
A lot of these streams you see, they're not straight. They want some things to them.
They're wombo streams. They're making W's. And it's going to be really, really beneficial for players who are actually able to... I would say not older... I want to say older players, but at the same time, no. Unfortunate cider break. I don't know why I just commentated a cider break. It's a replay, but... the combo literally showed it was coming. But... and as you mentioned, the space stream... Yikes.
Definitely easy to miss aim. It's a very long map as well, hitting up towards the 4-minute mark.
When even our replay isn't the full combo, you know it's a difficult map. Because there's a lot of chances to get this play. As we're getting into the finals, you're going to be seeing a lot of that.
One thing to note, though, newly ranked in November, there's only 2 SCs on this map so far. Neither of them are no mod, they're both hidden. Which I thought was quite interesting. Yeah, the stream spacing, everything starts to pick up now into the final section. Breaks very likely to happen as players start getting nervous. If you're on that full combo, that blood is pumping, and this is not easy stuff now.
Oh, 100%. And if you're on a full combo on a map like this, you're obviously going to be carrying a lot of weight for your team. So having a difficult section like this to combat your nerves is not the most forgiving thing in the world. Oh, the ending minutes maps, yes. A lot of the map sets just kind of leave it there, you know?
I like how they map, but they mapped a trill right at the end. That's really unique.
Nice. And they did it with a similar pattern that of what they did before the other breaks, where they did like a very vertical pattern in nature, but it kind of squiggles a bit. And with that, we're going to be moving into our last no mod, which is Sha by Sakura Burst, the handsome map set, of course, on master difficulty.
Yeah, this map, ranked in February 2018, actually a map created by the Mappers Guild, with contributions from many well-known mappers, including Pishifat, Rigu, Marash, Jonathan Lenich, LFJ. So many big names contributing to this map set. But it's a CS6 no mod. These circles are so small.
Yeah, you were mentioning CS5 in one of the no mods. How about we add one to that, and we have this map right here. Very aim-heavy map, as is every CS6 map to exist that isn't like a 2-star. It's like... saying it's an aim map is quite a given when you see the circle size.
And 5.5 stars is by no means something that you should look at and be like, yep, this is an easy map. And a big shout out to Spork Lover for playing it, because look at these patterns, man. These sliders really kick off. There's 2 drop sessions in this map where this kind of patterning happens, and it gets real crazy.
Oh, you have to have extreme cursor control playing patterns like these. Very short kick sliders. It's very easy to kind of get consumed in the slider aspect and kind of like follow through with your aim a bit too much. So you almost have to keep yourself static on these as if they're just hold notes, you know?
And hey, USA, I'm going to do you one for free. Currently on the leaderboard, 5 of 8 of the UK roster are on there. So maybe think about practicing this one.
Oh goodness, okay. So we are going to be seeing this at least picked or banned in the finals. For USA versus UK. The rigged map pool.
Grab your pork, because here comes the spork. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
That's gold.
Yeah, very standard aim map. You have to be very static in your aim, because a lot of the patterns are very close together in nature. There's no real... It's not aim map in the sense of like, oh, there's a lot of jumps, there's a lot of patterns where you have to like kind of cross screen. It's an aim map in the sense of you have to kind of micro adjust your aim according to the patterns close by. It's more wrist movement than it is hand movement, if that makes sense. In terms of tablet players, at least, it's a lot more wrist movement than it is hand movement.
Can we get some smiley faces in chat for that smoke?
Oh, we're gonna. Don't worry.
I'm waiting for them, dude. The stream delay, here it comes. I see 1, I see 2. Oh, they're flowing in now. Oh, some C faces though.
Ooh, are we gonna be seeing more C faces or more smiley faces?
I don't know, man. No, here come the smileys.
Smiley Face is gonna be overtaking the C, but C is gonna overrain. Doing a really good job right now. C Face might be able to bring it back, but Smiley Face doing a pretty good job. Why am I commentating who's typing the most faces? I don't know.
This one guy came in with the turbo smiley, dude. I saw that. There's a couple of turbo smileys popping up now. This is the kind of quality content we bring you on OSU Life.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Here comes the second drop phase.
Oh, yeah, and we see something very similar to the first drop, where it's a lot of static sliders, but you see a lot of dynamic, gosh, I don't even, Z sliders, I almost want to call them, because a lot of them look like the letter Z. Or a distorted version of it, at least. You see a lot of these Z sliders kind of coming in hot in between these static sections. It's going to trip up a lot of players because you're going to have to switch between kind of keeping your aim at a standstill and kind of letting it flow. And again, a lot of wrist aim. It is a very wrist aim intensive map, and there's not a lot of cross screen stuff. So you're going to have super control when it comes to micro adjusting your aim on these sliders. I mean, you see some of these patterns. You can't just keep your cursor still for these longer sliders and kind of jank it. You have to follow through.
I'm not sure. You just get 100s, right? You just drop the slider end as long as you hit the head, and obviously the reverse sliders you have to hit the reversible. But for some of them where there's just a slider end, there's no slider ticks, so it looks like you can get away with it. But obviously, you tank a load of accuracy, and with Scorby 2 being 30%, that just sounds pretty rough, honestly.
Yeah, it's not a good time. I mean, it's definitely a map where opting to focus on combo more than you focus on accuracy can benefit you here.
I mean, unless you're Sport Lover and you're a beast and you do both.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Our replay players are
absolutely crazy.
Silent round of applause for them for doing such a good job on maps as difficult as these.
Disco, Champions Disco, and first hidden map. Paranoid Void.
Maps are terrifying.
Utsiki Kushu Kuduku. Escapism by Disco.
What is that abstract art that we see in the smoke?
Wobblefoof, get out of here. You've had your spot in the shot like that. I give up. You know what? Chippy, take over. I'm done.
Oh, goodness. Well, me taking over is probably the worst idea possible, but here I go. Very, I don't even know how to describe this map. It's not older. The patterns are weird because it's a lot of back and forth. That's the word for it. That's the word I was looking for. A lot of back and forth sliders, a lot of back and forth circles, and a lot of BPM changes, as we're seeing right here.
Yeah, and definitely the whole reason this is picked in hidden, I think, is because, like you said, the back and forths are overlaps, and with hidden it makes it super difficult to read. There's a lot of 1/3 stream sections as well throughout this map, which makes that extra bit of difficulty. I mean, if you've played a disco map, you kind of know what you're going to expect from this. Some of these patterns are absolutely ridiculous to read.
Yeah, Toy play. That's what I'm expecting from this. It's a very impressive play from Toy.
Apparently, the title translates to The Beautiful Solitude, so thank you to everyone for that one.
So for those learning Japanese, well, there you go. You know what beautiful solitude and the means now, if you dissected it enough. But yeah, super. I don't even know. I feel like technical is the right word here because you see those doubles and those. You see a lot of BPM changes. You see a lot of doubles hidden within those kind of single tap sections that are very brutal to players who, I guess, are more struggling on hidden maps that have a lot of stacks in them.
It's reading and finger control, right? That's pretty much what it comes down to here. But, I mean, Disco likes taking that to a whole new level. When I think of Disco, one of the maps I think of is Tabby to Ferry, and that map is just awkward as hell for accuracy.
I think of a pitch hacker.
Oh, God, yeah. That map is absolutely insane. I mean, I think Wolf's pretty good at video gaming. I don't know about you, dude.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good at video games. He's quite the gamer.
Can't wait to see him flex on this map pool in next week's OW's.
Oh, hey, man, too far.
Oh, that's a yikes.
He's watching, man. He made this play for us and everything. Oh.
I'm sorry, Wolf. That's it.
I'm sure he took it in good spirit. As he's gonna be taking this full combo from what it looks like. Oh gosh, the smoke.
He heard me, dude. He's angry with me.
Yeah.
He's editing his replay as we speak. He's hacking into our servers, the Peppy servers. Nah, we love Wolf. We love Wolf here.
Oh, of course. Who doesn't? Wolf is such a likable guy. But with that, we're going to be ending that. We're going to be going to Spider Dance, a Undertale song, and this map is quite fun. Going to be actually a very linear pick in terms of how it's played. No, extreme difficulty, but that was not looking.
No, definitely not extreme difficulty. This is all about high BPM hidden reading and jumps. My god, these jumps get spaced out, man. You can see it. I mean, CS 3.5. You got some big ass circles because these jumps are nuts. But Undertale is a great banger. So Spider Dance, definitely a cool one to see, and it's just a great song overall. Pretty short map though, 141, 230 BPM. Up at 6.62 stars. The Snow Note's extreme difficulty, so nice little guest mapper from him.
Yeah, I think this is a very momentum-heavy pick because, as you mentioned, it is very short. So if you do have the momentum and if your team is capable of doing it, that's when you're going to want to pick it, when you have the momentum, because this is really quick. It's like, it's so easy to succumb to nerves and quicker maps because your misses count for so much more and longer ones. Especially in the finals map pool.
That section particularly, Spock almost getting through actually in his replay, which is crazy, but the slider jumps, like, hidden... usually is known for being a reading mod, right? But actually I think one thing that, unless you play a lot of high BPM maps, Hidden makes high BPM reading so fast because you have to react so quickly, and all you have is that tiny little flash of the note before it vanishes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It can make a pro trait feel more like a static though, rather than a gradient, if that makes sense. Like I know for like a lot of 10.3 plus players, they're very adamant on using Hidden for the sake that it makes their approach rate feel less fast than it really is. If that makes sense.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like I myself, whenever I play 10.3, always prefer to use Hidden because the reading is easier because of that object density. But when you have a high BPM map at 9.6 AR, the circles, that object density is much bigger. So you have to take in a lot very quickly. Cool. 2 Hiddens down, 1 to go. And our final Hidden map is going to be Ike Uni Broken Moon, Regu's Extra. We're actually in January of this year with the #1 by the Canadian Aza. Good shout out for him there. But yeah, this map, not AR8, so no AR8 this week, but AR 8.7. An extra level of awkwardness by changing it up slightly.
Because it's kind of the point where these tournament players are so dang used to AR8 Hidden because there's almost one every week. It's like, find out what's on the next episode of AR8 Hidden. But AR 8.7 is such an awkward standstill because it's not even between 8 and 9. Like, it's not even cleanly in between. It's 0.7.
Yeah, if you know about how AR is calculated in this game, when you break it into the milliseconds, it's not linear. So the higher AR gets, the quicker it increases. Yeah, CS 5.2 as well, so fairly small circles again. This one is all about listening to the rhythm, some really intense rhythm sections.
As a lot of Hidden really is when you think about it. It's like, but on the A map we saw earlier, it's a lot less prevalent. It's more so being able to react properly to certain overlap sections, stuff like that for Spider Dance. Whereas this one, as you mentioned, very read heavy, very rhythm heavy. A lot of Hidden maps you kind of focus on the rhythm of the song more than you focus on, I guess, what's going on. You have to really think when you're playing Hidden what object correlates to what in the song and what's going to follow up on it as a result of that correlating to it, if that makes sense.
I think the players will be happy that this one's a bit on the shorter side, only 148. This map goes hard.
Two rather short Hidden maps from what we've seen in a row.
And rightfully so, because they pack a punch. Well, there we go. Hidden done, Chippy. We're already 8 maps into this map pool. It goes so fast.
It really does.
Well, I think people might recognize this next song. It's rather popular. And it's a mapper that it's quite controversial, but it's not his difficulty. This will be the Mir's extra difficulty for Team Nekatan Airman.
I'm sure chat's gonna want to see this. Mir's extra as well. I feel like we see Mir map every single map here.
It's not been as popular as Lasser. Lasser is the most popular mapper so far during the World Cup. But yeah, with Hard Rock, we're going to see those AR and OD hit 10. And being the longer map at 344, this is 7.05 stars. So that star rating is not accurate. I don't think they've applied Hard Rock to that. When I looked at this was over 7 stars. And it's just overall a consistency pick. There's a lot of side-to-side jumps as you would expect from an Airman map. And we're boosting the volume apparently, because it's a banger. According to Happy Stick, who is the operator for this. So thank you, operator. He's just trying to drown us out because he doesn't like what we're saying. Do we have to speak louder? Do we have to turn ourselves up?
Jump forward again.
I think I'm going to take the hint and just be quiet for this song.
Partaking in that moment of silence.
Are we allowed out? Remco, can we speak again?
I'm up next, Airman 2.
I think he might do the same thing to us again on the next map, because the next map is also a pretty good banger.
Okay.
And we're going to be moving on from Airman to, drumroll, Happy Stick change the screen. There we go! Reynard Terminal, the extra diff. 2011 map! Oh, 2014, sorry, that's a spoiler. Shit. Ranked in January 2014, Reynard Terminal by Ulysses. My god, is this slider hell. The drops on this really go hard, and accuracy, combos, everything are gonna drop. So take it away, Happy Stick.
Alright, played the song. Very fast and kind of slide
I think I realized the problem actually. Now we've asked him to do it, he's not going to do it, so we're going to have to ultimately talk over this one. We should really just be listening to the song.
Very hard. Very exciting hard rock picks so far. We saw Airman and obviously Terminal. Very exciting songs to have on a map for. It's gonna be a good viewing experience. I would say that this map is AR10, but hard rock already makes it AR10. So it's AR10 by default, from what I remember. At least this difficulty.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think it's also quite fairly standard CS. I think CS4 before Hard Rock, so going up to CS 5.2 is the real difficulty here. These sliders sections are just absolutely nuts, and it's really, you have to be really on point with your finger control.
Yeah, sections like these are very reliant on finger. It kind of shifts over from being a finger control map to being an aim control map. What do you think about it? The aim control is very prevalent on the high velocity sliders during the breakdown section, and then the finger control comes in there where the kind of breakcore-y style song bursts into play.
Oh, that's an unfortunate slider break. Shaking my head.
Happens to the best of us.
Building up into that second drop section where we will pick up the rhythm and slide it again.
That feels bad. Yeah, aim-intensive section comes into play again. But kind of melding into finger control in this last area, because you kind of see the two sections of map mesh into one at the end of this map, because you see a lot of finger control in 3 bursts and 5 bursts, but you also see the aim control coming into play with the sliders having their high velocity as well still.
And I think a big thing with all these sliders, 95% is actually a pretty decent accuracy, so a really good play from SMH other than the unfortunate slider break. But a map we will probably see a lot of interesting performances on for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I think that does it for...
Nope. We have one more.
Two of our hard rocks.
Oh, nice save. Nice save.
And a third banger.
Junkaroda is how I'm going to say that. Cygnus, Black, another difficulty by Rohit 6. The one thing I loved about this map when I looked into it is the description on the beat map just says "okay." That's all it says.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes that's all that needs to be said. An okay a day gets the map goal, whatever that means. But definitely, of the 3 hard rocks, this is the most rhythmically challenging, I'd like to believe.
I would say Terminal, man. Terminal goes hard on rhythm.
Kind of. I guess Scorby 2, yeah, actually, now that you mention it, Scorby 2 really makes it rhythmically challenging.
Yeah, the technical challenge part of this map is this is your CS 6.5 map for the week. And largely overall focused stream pick. Mainly due to the server size, you see a lot of spacing as well. There's a particularly nasty point coming up towards the end. This map also fairly short, where we have a jump section into 2 longer streams, and it's right at the end, so we see some misses. We're going to see some fails out, and we do not want that.
Oh yeah, I mean, we do and we don't. We hate to see it, but at the same time, it's pretty hype because it can make the other teams win at the end of the map, the last second, when it might have seemed grim for them.
Oh my god, SMH!
Oh, is it good? Well, he's gonna pass. He doesn't have no fail odds.
Oh no, he's gonna pass, obviously, but that slider break is painful. Okay, he legit misses. We're fine. This is the jump section I was talking about, into these space streams.
Oh yeah, that'll be rough. When you have a hard section at the end of the map like that, Tournament Earth can really get to you. On the other end, it can make an underdog situation feel a lot more hopeful and can give you the adrenaline to push on because you're like, hey, someone might just fail. I might be good.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of fails, actually, and we're going to see more and more as the rounds go on, as the maps get harder.
And that is going to be it for Hard Rock.
We did it.
We did it. We're going to be going on to Double Time. We're going to be seeing our first one in a couple of seconds. Not going to spoil it, but here it is. Itoshikimi wo Mitsuke ni. Hopefully I pronounced that right. But played by Nathan on OSU.
Oh man, I love this map. We played this Corgi Cup, which is Doomsday's community tournament, had this as just an AR8 hidden pick, and the song is just really chill and nice to listen to. So when I saw this in the pool, I had a little bit of a nostalgia flashback. And with Double Time, it's AR8, as I said, so it's only 9.8 after you apply Double Time modifications. Fairly long though. Not actually fairly long, sorry, around average length. But this is the 2011 map, so when I said the 2011 map earlier, this is the one I meant. 255 BPM with lots of bursts throughout.
Bit of a personal opinion, but so far throughout the map, or the map pool that we've seen, a lot of really great maps for this finals map pool. Like, this is one of my favorite map pools so far. A lot of really good songs, a lot of really hype songs. We have our short and sweet picks for teams who want to take the momentum over in their favor, and then we have picks like this, which favor like older aim players. And we do have a translation from every, and it does mean to find you, my beloved.
That's pretty sweet, man. That's melting my heart a little bit. I'm not crying, you are.
I was thinking about you when I said it.
Aw, Chippy. Yes, I will marry you. But no, one thing I just want a little bit of sweet irony, I guess, is the replay obviously done by everyone's favourite Nathan Onosu, who is also the #1 on this map. So that's always fun.
How do you act this? You ever just draw smoke faces on the anime girls in the background?
My favorite is drawing mustaches.
Oh, mustache! I never. That's pretty funny though.
Take that up from an old friend I used to watch. But it's with me to today.
Oh my goodness. Gotta show those anime girls.
Yeah, this pan is absolutely insane.
Brutal. It's
55 BPM linear pattern single taps because alternating is cheating. Do not forget.
It's a lot of linear patterns in terms of like, how do I explain it correctly? It's very linear in nature. There's not a lot of like jumps. A lot of the patterns are just kind of straightforward, follow through, tap at the right time.
It's just fast, man. It's just fast things.
I call them circle sliders because they follow the path of a slider almost.
You're not wrong.
It's just a tap.
All right, next up is everyone's favorite mapper for Senya. It's Satellite.
Ooh, you gotta have a Senya DT map. It feels weird to not. We're gonna seeing Bartek play it, one of the players from the Polish roster.
Yeah, this one of the shorter Senya songs, Zukodo Aru to shoot a mono. The Ancients difficulty. Just your stream consistency DT map. 233 BPM from start to finish. You're gonna see lots of these streams with varying lengths, but largely long on the whole. And we'll see the bigger stream sections kick in at about the halfway mark, just before, I believe, and the 2/3 mark. There are some really nasty stream sections.
Yeah, this map is really brutal in terms of BPM. Very, very heavy on how you're able to do fast bursts in the streams, like we just saw there with Bartek hitting that really well. But not shy in terms of its jump patterns as well. As we see mix-ups with jumps into jumps into triples, jumps into sliders. We see a lot of stuff like that. And on DT at this high BPM, it's super, super prevalent in making a player miss or get nervous. It can also carry a team really well. Senya Map's very known for being hype and very known for kind of swaying in one direction or the other super quick.
Some of these burst patterns are just so rough on your fingers. You have to be super warmed up to play something like this. I've already seen one of those stream sections. There's another one coming up fairly shortly.
Yeah, this is a test for finger control just as much as it's a test for endurance. And I think this heavily favors alt players because, I mean, granted, Bartek is single tap in this, like, it's his job, but...
Because he's not cheating.
Yeah, alt players. Those dirty cheaters.
I mean, did you see Nathan Onosu single tap the last one? You did, because he's not cheating. One thing as well about this map is really awkward. AR 8.8. Like what?
Bartek is... You wrote gone. Oh goodness. You have to see that it's almost self-aware at that point. Poland is gone feels bad, man, instead of the crabs.
Bring on the crabs.
And yeah, very bursty map in nature, very heavy on the finger control. You want to definitely keep your aim snappy and in check, as on most Senya maps you want to do. As on every map you want to do, but it's very prevalent in Senya maps because a lot of the patterns, they kind of just come out like a friggin' truck. And you're going to be seeing the last DT pick, Romantic Fall, which, is this 10.3? I forget.
Indeed. This is a really, really interesting 10.3. Because it's 4 minutes and 8 seconds long. It's a really long map that's a 10.3 map. And it's also 263 BPM. And as of the leaderboard right now, there's not a single full combo on it, and it's been ranked for a year.
This is a rough map, dude.
I spoke to Kano about this when I saw it, and I was like, what the hell? What is this doing in the pool? This is insane. But watching the replay, it doesn't look too bad, and I expect it's just been an unpopular map since he got ranked.
Kind of. It's been ranked, I think, this year, if I remember correctly. So that might
November 2017.
Oh, okay. So a little over a year. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing the first, I believe, the first 10.3 pick, right?
No, there was one last week. That story.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Chippy. This is why we do our homework.
No. I did my homework. I just forgot. Okay.
Feels bad.
I didn't not look at the map pool.
I would never say you did. Not look at it. But yeah, I think this map has Moe Yandere all over it. 10.3 and long. This guy, King of Speed.
I think this map has the UK roster all over it, to be honest with you.
You'd be surprised. So 10.3, as we said earlier, without hidden, is pretty hard, and doing it for 4 minutes consistently is no easy task.
That's true.
But in terms of the actual how the map plays, it's pretty consistent to start to finish. There's a pretty crazy jump burst section coming up in the second third, which is definitely the biggest breakpoint on this map.
Yeah, we just went from space triple to jump pattern, so stuff like the chorus is going to kind of determine which team wins this one for the most part from what I'm seeing. It's really just which team can hit the most choruses.
It's like a really hard best friends if you think of it that way.
I don't know. Oh.
I mean, one way when you think about it, so this combo from SMH is actually the highest DT combo on the leaderboard right now.
Really?
That's how either unpopular or hard this map is.
Wow.
I think the highest is was like 680 or something. It's pretty ridiculous how unplayed this map is.
So yeah, I mean, from what you just said, hitting one chorus is going to be huge. Like, super huge.
Alright guys, we're getting closer to tiebreaker. Why don't we take this time to have a few guesses in chat? What do we think that the finals tiebreaker will be? And a reminder, this is not the final tiebreaker that will be selected. So that might help you in your picks.
Big black.
Which means it's not going to be the big black. What we all want to see?
Yeah. Big black honesty crossover.
Cycle hit. Big black DT. Wow, that's a throw. That's a big fucking... Oh my god.
Yeah.
United? I don't think so. Galaxy Collapse. Now that's a map I can get behind.
Commenting on this map a bit.
Yomi
Map war. Like... Bio.
Halo, no spoilers please.
No, in my opinion. Like, so far. This is like super
This
hard
map.
compared to the rest of the map pool.
This map is very hard. You have to be very consistent. But I mean, you see SMA giving a very good go.
Like, I would say if this map was like super short, it would be on equal difficulty. But since it's so long, it's just so difficult compared to the rest of the map pool. Like, being able to keep your adrenaline up for this much 10.3 in a tournament setting is super hard to not get burned out for. Especially in such high BPM bursts and stuff like that.
And you guys have some really great tiebreaker suggestions. I hope all the map holders are taking notes here. But I would be very surprised if any of you guessed it. If you do manage to guess it, of course, pat on the back to you. But we're not done with the pickable maps yet, and we're going to move straight into free mod. Straight into some Camellia. As Reverse Riot, completeness under incompleteness. The RLC's infinite difficulty, the map set by Regu. And this is exactly what you expect from Camellia. CS 4.8 before you apply Hard Rock.
Feels very slow, yeah. It feels like one of those free mods where running Hard Rock is almost a given if you're running a mod.
It's definitely one where Hard Rock is very possible, but I feel like this is just a hidden favored one for the pool.
Really? The approach rate feels very awkward, even for no mod.
Oh, AR9? Awkward. Hello?
I mean, for its patterns, it's very awkward. Because you see a lot of linear tick sliders like we see there. So it makes AR9 feel even lower than it really is.
Yeah, there is some pretty high object density. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think this is the one where the players will have the biggest opportunity to play around with the mods. As we will see from the next couple of free mods, there is yeah, some interesting choices. I'm very much looking forward to free mod 3 and the reaction we'll get for that one.
Holy moly. Okay, I take back my Hard Rock comment. I take back my Hard Rock comment. I take it back. That was ignorant of me. Okay, Hidden is better here. Deal with a little bit of awkwardness. Never mind on Hard Rock. I was wrong.
Oh, Sport Glover, that's a rough break, my dude. I think as well with Hard Rock, this goes to CS 6.24, which is, you know, really small circles. If this was CS4, I would agree Hard Rock would be not a bad option, especially for those who are really comfortable on the mod. But with the circle size and the technicality of some of these patterns, RSC's really done a job on this one. Aza, can you please not mislead chat by saying it's United? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can we get a ban?
Can we get a ban for Aza? Yeah. All right. 2 more maps until that tiebreaker. And next up, we have Osaka, Nanatsu, Kyoto. Kawa's extra gets mapped by Kawashiro. Being mapped by X-Lolicore, who I have seen in chat, so I don't know whether he was expecting this. I assume he was, as this is an unranked map that was updated in November 2018.
So much. So relaxing. I like the background a lot too.
Yeah, this is your CS5 AR 8.2, which is a super weird approach rate again. No real standard low AR maps in this pool. But I think this is the one where Hard Rock will be favoured, and a lot of players will opt for the Hard Rock, as we see SMH doing here.
Yeah, as you said, it is 6.5, so aim is definitely a bit of an issue, but it's looking pretty good for Hard Rock for SMH at least.
There's a really tough pattern after the break at halfway mark, which is really tough for hidden reading. So we'll see that in a bit.
Yeah, these overlaps for hidden, these stacks are going to be rather difficult to combat. Well, especially when it is preceded by a Kickstarter like that one.
Some really good accuracy from SMH.
That is really good handwriting.
Like, that's really good. Jesus. I'm a left-handed pen user that plays mouse, so I use my right hand for my mouse. And yeah, writing words does not go well. I have enough trouble spinning.
Oh goodness, tell me about it. Damn, it's a hello in Jingston. He said hello and the combo's like goodbye. But this map looking, like you said, I definitely think this could be a bit Hard Rock favor, but I think it'll go either way in terms of mods. It really, this is the type of free mod where it really depends what you're more comfortable on in terms of mods. It's not like a this way or cry kind of free mod like we saw in the last one.
Yeah, definitely. Just remember though, it is 8.2 without the Hard Rock, so we do not get to see it at the lower approach rate where that density is going to be much bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a huge factor to picking Hard Rock for this.
Yeah, especially with the stacks like we were mentioning earlier. It's if you can read AR, low AR hidden, then I mean, heck, go for it. But
apparently, the name of the song translates to "Pink Anime Girl," so very appropriate background.
And this last pick is going to be pretty hype.
Oh man, this is something.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but here it is. Everything will freeze. Extra diff. No, yes.
Yes, this is not the top diff. My god, imagine if this was the top diff, but we are going to see Nathan and OC tear it apart with the hidden modification. And this is a streamer's playground. This map is so intense on the stream aim. 240 BPM, we're really going for it. Oh, apparently everyone was joking about the last title, so... Remind me to slap him later.
My goodness.
I'm going to shame you on Twitter, everyone, and everyone's going to know what you did.
Oh, you actually thought the title of the song meant Pink Anime Girl.
Hey man, I don't speak Japanese. I was like, this is super appropriate, why wouldn't it mean that? And then Bubbleman backed him up, and I'm over here like, okay, this makes sense, I'm gonna roll with it.
Oh goodness.
think chat have said what they want. I'm quite happy. This map is very straightforward. It's just streams upon streams.
You guys have seen everything with freeze. We'll quiet down.
We'll quiet down for a bit, and we'll see you guys for the tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, by the way, seizure warning on that storyboard, by the way.
I hope no one had a seizure during that. So, you know when you like show a friend who's never played this game before, like a song, and you go on YouTube and you type in Osu sick plays. This is the kind of stuff that pops up.
Yeah.
But I mean, normally it is the top diff, right? It's time freeze. But even so, it's such an epic song. You're going to make some really, really exciting matches. And I hope overall you guys have liked the pickable pool because there's been some really good stuff. So Chippy, what are we left with?
Tiebreaker. And we're going to be getting right into it.
I haven't seen anyone guess this. And I admit it, it's been unguessable because what is this map, man?
It's very unguessable.
Unlucky Morpheus.
Yeah, for real. When you're asked to guess a map, when are you gonna say Angry Fear, Das Germetzo der Rotbrutsen Bestien? You're not gonna say that.
Wow, spoken like a true German. I actually had this translated because I was like, what the hell does this difficulty name mean? And it translates to the slaughter of the red-blooded devouring beasts. That's what my German friend told me. So that is a translation. Yeah, once again, guys, this is not the final tiebreaker of the entire tournament. This is just finals week. We will have a grand finals pool announced for you next weekend. Now, this song is really hype. It builds nice and slowly, but overall, it's just a great tiebreaker. It tests your streams, it tests your aim, it tests everything.
Having all around like that is super important, especially later on rounds for tiebreakers. You almost want to have tiebreakers where players will almost definitely miss. Because it tests, like, not necessarily, like... Not only does it make a full combo able to do even more, but it makes it able to, like... It makes things so much closer. Because it makes full combos carry even more, but it also tests what you're good at in terms of, what's the word I'm looking for? Your personal strengths, I guess? It has a little bit of everything.
Oh, definitely. No, this is the highest star map pool mapping we've seen so far at 7.3 stars, a 220 BPM tiebreaker, nearly pushing AR10 as well for 7 minutes long at 9.8. Maybe we see some of those streams coming in.
You see the stream. just kind of standard, like, kind of reminds me of a lot of Imperial maps. Like, it reminds me of that kind of like Uta map style, you know? I hate to compare it to such a popular map, but I like the song a lot too.
Yeah, Unlucky Morpheus does some really nice stuff actually. So really cool to see that artist featured here. This is also a map that's currently being ranked from, mapped full rank, I believe. Obviously, it was updated actually today. So I believe the final update now until it gets played next weekend, which it might be. There's always a chance for tiebreakers, right? Mm-hmm. But this map will not now be updated until the finals weekend is over.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, this map is hype. God. Oh my gosh, the freaking jump streams, dude. Why?
I'm actually really glad to see Blobby doing the replay for this, because this guy is an insanely consistent sort of long map stream player. Many Dragon Force FCs as well, so really cool to see him have done the replay for this.
Yeah, you see a lot of people tire out in these situations.
Yeah, this map is just intense, right? Once it picks up from the intro, it just maintains that level of intensity, and the song is pretty epic.
Yeah, it's tiebreakers like these are super scary, because it's like not only is it a very stamina intensive map when you think about it, but you also have played a whole entire set of matches. I mean, to be more specific, like over I think 10 maps, right? But no, best of 7, so it would be 12 maps that you played before this. So if you're a type of player who's in for most of your team's maps, you have to be exhausted almost at that point. Or at least close to it. I mean, we've seen players do more. For instance, with Corsace or last World Cup, you see bracket resets and stuff like that happen, where players play for multiple hours on end.
Yeah, if this went to, let's say, if this went 7-6, bracket reset into a 7-6, every single player will be absolutely drained at this point. I think we saw that, what year was that when we saw the bracket reset? And there was it, oh my god, Tengaku, that tiebreaker, that was 26, that was last year, right? That was Poland. With Tengaku. Must have been, right? Did that go to a bracket reset? Am I being silly? I think Poland USA did go to a bracket reset, right?
I think so.
We saw some real tight arms out there.
You're talking about last World Cup?
Yeah, well, Poland won last year, right?
Yeah, Poland won. They won the reset.
It was 2017, yeah. And that went to a bracket reset, and that's some seriously stamina stuff. And the year before that was a reset as well, and of course, how could we forget? So every finals goes to like absolutely nuts length, because both teams remaining are so solid.
I mean, yeah, when you're the last two teams remaining and the badge is on the line, the cash is on the line, and the exclusive OC merch is on the line as well, you put, like, you think you put 100% into these map pools for when you're practicing, but when it's the final week, you put everything on the line. Like, you work so hard to get to that point, you don't want to be the team. Which is why you see resets being much more prevalent in grand finals, because you see players being pushed to their absolute limits.
Alright, so I have to wind down, or wind up I guess, to the finale of this map. And the end of the finals week, cool.
And yeah, this definitely looks like a hype tiebreaker. I hope we see it at least once.
It's always so hard to look at a map like this and be like, this is super hype, right? And then when you see it played, and there's actually, you know, a team winning on the line, it adds that extra level.
Oh yeah, I know. Realistically, if it's a hype song for tiebreakers for tournaments, it's usually hype no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, imagine seeing a fail at the end because the player's just completely drained. That would be so sad.
Oh gosh. I hope we don't see it. But we are going to be seeing a pass, at least for Blobby's play. No drawings at the end either. Very unfortunate. However,
actually, a really solid play overall. So, commendations to Blobby3000 for that one.
That's crazy. We're going to be seeing super nuts tiebreakers, like scores. Because you mentioned that was a nuts play, but I mean, look at the 376k for a nuts play. Getting a high combo is going to be huge for this map. Like, huge. You're going to be able to pull so much weight for your team if you get a good play on this. So hopefully, if we do see a tiebreaker, we'll be seeing teams kind of hone in on this tiebreaker because it seems very easy to pull a lot of weight if you know what you're doing. But with that, that's going to conclude the semifinals of World Cup. You just saw the finals map pool with me and Bay commentating for that block. All the matches are done for the weekend, so we will be with you next weekend. But you know it's going to be with you forever. Badges. Just for $2.50, you can get a badge to support your favorite
banner.
team.
Chippy, it's a banner.
Banner. Okay, so you don't get a badge, but that would be cool, right? Banners to support your favorite teams for $2.50. There are 6 teams left, and if you already got a banner, you can get another one for a team still remaining. So if you want to support one of the 6 remaining teams, Great Britain, USA, Canada, Russia, Japan, or Germany, now's the time to do so for $2.50, and you support the World Cup in general. You support these players. All of it does go to the World Cup from what I remember. So if you want to support the tournament, if you want to support OSU in general, and if you want to, I guess, support your favorite team, that's the best way to do so, except for cheering in chat. Also do that, because that makes everyone more hyped. But in terms of semifinals, that is going to wrap up this weekend. I am Chippy, joined here with Bay. Bay, do you want to say bye really quick?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this weekend's action, and we will see you again next week. And do remember, everyone, please enjoy game.
Please enjoy game, and with that, a perfect ending is made. We'll see y'all next weekend, but don't go anywhere because lots of hype matches are going to be happening, and we'd love to see you there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next weekend, guys.